battling under it at the 49 are the Wildcats, and here they come on the return. Down to the 45 and breaking away down to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Williams breaks 2 tackles. There she goes. One woman to beat. Dives for the end zone, and she's in for her second score of the night. Handoff right up the middle. Kiara Vincent bounces off of a defender, and there she goes. Vincent, eyes on the prize, all the way home for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats. It's a good day to be a Wildcat, deep in the heart of Arkansas, live from Tommy Holt Stadium in Hot Springs World-Class High School in beautiful Hot Springs, Arkansas. This is Arkansas Wildcats football on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. Good evening, alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. Tonight, your reigning national champion and undefeated Arkansas Wildcats enter round 2 of the Women's Football Alliance Division III playoffs as one of 8 teams remaining in the hunt for the national championship. Tonight, they'll do battle with the Austin Outlaws. It'll be the second matchup between the teams this season after Arkansas defeated Austin 22-0 earlier this season in Austin, Texas. Tonight, the Wildcats, who averaged 45.5 points per game and allowed just 6 points per game, look for their 10th straight win as they continue their hunt for the team's second consecutive national championship. Travis, are you ready for Wildcats football this evening?
Oh, absolutely. You know, the game we got to do a few weeks ago, I had a blast doing that, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to come back tonight. Playoff atmosphere, excited to see what this game's going to unfold.
The Austin Outlaws enter tonight's action 4-5 on the season, and they advance to round 2 of the Division III playoffs after a 32-22 victory over the Houston Power back on June 16. And an interesting statistic on the Outlaws tonight, Travis. This is one we're going to be following very closely. All 5 of their losses this season were shutout losses, which means every time the Outlaws have scored any points this season, they've won the game. In the previous meeting between the Outlaws and the Wildcats, that matchup was scoreless at the half before the Wildcats found their mojo and reeled off 22 straight points for the win. Travis, with that in mind, is it safe to say that defense is going to be the biggest factor in who advances to the semifinals?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, the old saying goes, defense wins championships. So I definitely think defense is going to be a key factor in this game, which team's going to get off to a fast start. But yeah, defense is going to control this game, and to see which team allows them to jump ahead for sure.
We'd like to say a special hello to all of our viewers across the country this evening, tuning in live on XZeroSports.com as well as YouTube. Tonight's broadcast is presented in part by Arkansas Logo Logic, the official apparel provider of XZero Sports. Call Rob or Jason today to turn your clothing into a walking billboard for your business. 501-767-2197 or stop by 104A Trooper Drive in Hot Springs. Tonight's Wildcats broadcast is also presented in part by Dr. Corey Brown of Merit Health in Brandon, Mississippi, Dr. Julian McMurray of Little Rock, Arkansas, K. Robinson Media Incorporated, Charles Ricks Photography, Highly Empowered Credit Restoration, Mr. William Lewis of Atlanta, Georgia, and Reggie Swinton of Little Rock, Arkansas. It's the Wildcats and the Outlaws live from Hot Springs. It's coming your way next. This is Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at xzerosports.com.
Back here at Hot Springs World Class High School in beautiful Hot Springs, Arkansas, I'm Mark Oliver alongside Travis Harrison. This is Arkansas Wildcats football on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. Moments away from kickoff, let's talk to the head coach of the Arkansas Wildcats, Ernest Dukes III. Down here on the field with head coach of the Arkansas Wildcats, we're here with Coach Ernest Dukes III. Coach, one of 8 teams remaining for the national championship. The story this year was always to come back and do it again, and right now you're in the driver's seat to get that done. Tonight, the Outlaws of Austin made the trip up from Texas, and what's it going to take for your squad to get that second win against this team this season?
Once again, execution. If we execute all our plays, nobody beats us. That's just no ifs, ands, buts about it. We had a little easy week because I don't want to stress them out too much. They're confident as soon as they get on the field. I know they're going to do what they got to do. And the only thing they have to do is execute today, and we're going to come home with the win.
You know, with a familiar opponent, you kind of have a little bit of experience to go back and look on in that previous game. Austin provided a little bit of a spicy defense, kept you scoreless at the half. You were able to pull it out in the second half. But what can you guys do tonight that may be different than the last meeting that you had?
Well, the last meeting that we had, we was just missing blocks. They showed us a defense that we ain't never seen before, and our line got a little bit of confused, and then we just missed the block here and there. They stayed and studied film all week. That's all they've been doing. They know who block now. They who to block. They know what to see. They know what formations to see. So if they just pick up the block like they supposed to, everything goes smooth.
Coach, who are you looking at tonight to be a big performer in a must-win game for you?
Well, of course, our running back Kiara is going to be a big performer. Number 9, Latoya Sims, and actually number 21, Tiara Clark, is going to be a big performer because one of them is the punt returner, kick returner, running back, and my quarterback. So
a lot of great talent on this team. So strong at this point. Congratulations on all the success so far this year. Good luck tonight. Go Wildcats.
Go Wildcats. Number 95, held high.
That was head coach Ernest Dukes III of the Arkansas Wildcats, and you see on the screen here, we're getting ready for tonight's action. The Arkansas Wildcats taking on the Austin Outlaws. It's the second meeting between these teams this season, and as we get ready for the coin toss at midfield, we want to say hello to not only all the Wildcats fans tuning in tonight, but also everybody tuning in from Texas and beyond to support the Austin Outlaws and everyone with the Women's Football Alliance. So happy to have you along with us on the broadcast tonight. Travis, the Wildcats will see the return of starting quarterback Latoya Bankhead Sims. She was unable to play in the previous victory, the round 1 victory over the Zydeco. Alana Alexander filled in and did a remarkable job. And then running back Kiara Vincent, the last time you were on the broadcast, you saw number 2 wheeling and dealing, and she did just that. A 5-touchdown performance, over 260 yards in that win, and even more impressive, you have to remember it was 50-0, but that game ended at halftime.
Yeah, that's incredible. And I think what goes to show, Coach talked about execution, and so it's good to see they're going to get their starting quarterback back, their running back. Obviously, she's a terror out there, so just the execution they're going to be able to have, the chemistry they have with each other. So I'd expect a big game from both quarterback and running back here tonight.
As we get ready for kickoff here from Hot Springs World Class High School, I'd like to say a special thank you also to our camera woman this evening, Miss Megan Harrison, somebody that you're very familiar with, coming in and helping out. It is Travis's wife helping us on the broadcast tonight, so everything you see will be the work of Miss Megan Harrison, and we are very excited to have her on board to help us with the broadcast.
Absolutely.
So down on the field, we get set. The Wildcats in their home, black tops and bottoms with red numbers and letters. The visiting Outlaws in their white tops, black bottoms with black numbers and letters. And we're really excited for this matchup here. I had a chance to talk with defensive coordinator Chris Dyer before the game for the Wildcats. And, we talked about that previous meeting there. The Wildcats this season, they've had a lot of big blowout victories. But one of the things that actually kind of hinder this team are slow starts. We saw it in the game against Music City 2 games ago, not so much against the Zydeco in round 1, but we've seen slow starts offensively out of this team. In the previous matchup between the Outlaws and the Wildcats, we saw that as well. And a lot of that, we have to give credit to the defense of the Outlaws. They're a team that got here to round 2 by no fluke at all. A victory over Houston in round 1 of the playoffs, and they're a team that's going to be out there looking to fill that underdog role and try to get the upset here tonight.
Yeah, not only was it a slow start with the Wildcats before, but it was even goes beyond that, and it was the turnovers they had. I think 3 different turnovers they had to start the game on the return team. 2 of those, the fumbles that the other team recovered, and then I believe there was a fumble on the offensive side of the ball. So just some costly mistakes that really slowed their offense to start that game. Then finally, second half, they took care of the ball, and they were off and running.
Another blowout victory, a shutout win for the Wildcats. Last game in round 1, these Wildcats were allowing an average about 7 points per game. Tonight, that average is down to just 6. We'll pause a moment for the playing of the national anthem. We're back after this. This is Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Back here at Hot Springs World Class High School in Hot Springs, Arkansas, alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. Megan Harrison on camera this evening. We're ready for football here. Round 2 of the WFA Division III playoffs. And once again, we'd like to say hello to everybody tuning into this one tonight. A lot of attention on this game. The Wildcats, certainly favorites coming into this one, but the Outlaws, no slouch indeed, as they look to play the role of upset spoiler tonight. The Wildcats come into tonight's action 9-0 on the season, off of that Division III championship victory, their first championship in the WFA, and they did that with just 11 players last season. And you talk about stamina and the lack of depth and coming in and filling a role, and they were the underdogs. And now this year the tables have turned. They've obviously added so many more numbers. They have a great rookie class this year, and it's made them even stronger than a year ago. So we get ready for kickoff here. The Wildcats have won the toss, and they will receive to start tonight's action. Set to kick for the Austin Outlaws, number 77, Gina Foxworth. The kick, and it's picked up, fielded by the Wildcats. Kiara Vincent's going to sit on it down around the 34-yard line. That's where Arkansas will open up shop to start tonight's action. And quickly on the screen, we see number 5 for the Outlaws. That's Cheyenne Spear, and she's being helped off the field by help of Shania Ewins, and already an injured player to start tonight's action. We hope to see a quick return for Cheyenne Spear for the Outlaws.
Yeah, interesting early injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious, possibly a cramp because it's so hot out there. So hopefully she'll be back on the field here soon.
And that's a great thing to point out, Travis. The last time you were with us, we had what felt like just a perpetual rain delay that never went away. Tonight, we're dealing with triple-digit temperatures here, and you can't see it on the screen, but the field here at Hot Springs World Class High School is actually lower than ground level. You enter the stadium at press box level and go down, so it's even hotter down there than it is up here in the booth. Latoya Bankhead Sims set to start things off for the Arkansas Wildcats this evening. She'll take the snap, hand off Kiara Vincent. Vincent running room up the middle on the first play of the game. There she goes. Vincent down at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Wildcats. Kiara Vincent doing what she's done all season long. She takes that one all the way home.
Well, what an amazing run there by Vincent, and what a demoralizing first play for the other team. I mean, to come in, sit here and say, oh, we're going to shut them down, we're going to lock up on defensively, and the very first play to give up a touchdown for that many yards.
It's another similar play for Kiara Vincent. She started off the scoring for the Wildcats in round 1 against the Zydeco. First offensive play of the game, took it all the way home, and that's the kind of strength that number 2 has. She can do it from anywhere on the field. She converted a 4th and 19 in round 1 and took it 60 yards for a score. 2-point conversion. The pass over to Alana Alexander is no good. And here in the first quarter, 14:47 to play. 13 seconds off the clock. It's 6-0 Wildcats. We're back after this. This is Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at XZeroSports.com.
Back here at Hot Springs World Class High School alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. 6-0 the Arkansas Wildcats on the first offensive play of the game. Kiara Vincent, 1 carry, 66 yards, and the score. Here's the kick from the Wildcats. The Outlaws will touch the football for the first time tonight. Picked up and on the run, number 34, Bridget Brown. Brown gets out to the 45-yard line, and it ends up in the hands of number 2, Sasha Avila. That is where the Outlaws will open up shop, and quickly they have to find an answer to Kiara Vincent after that 66-yard score.
Yeah, definitely an amazing run by Vincent, but want to make sure we give credit to that great offensive line by the Wildcats, doing a great job blocking up front, creating that huge hole she was able to run through, and then Vincent with her speed just doing the rest on her own and pulling away from the defense.
The Outlaws will line up 1st and 10 in the spot of the football, even greater than that. They're going to give them the 44-yard line for 1st and 10. Want to say hello to everybody tuning in live on the YouTube stream tonight. We have viewers from Round Rock, Texas, Austin, Texas, and beyond. Want to say hello to everybody. Cassandra Perch, Joanne Capers, Kay McDuff. If you are watching on the stream tonight, give us a shout out in the chat. We'll give you a shout out on the air. 1st and 10 for the Outlaws. They'll send a woman in motion, pitched out, the running back. On the carry over on the left-hand side, looking for some room to run across midfield. The ball is out of bounds, and it looks like the Wildcats are going to jump on top of it. It's blocked by the tents here, but it's Wildcats football. Falling on top of it is Arkansas. That is a big turnover.
Man, decent run there, too. Looked like, made some positive yardage. Good first play for the Outlaws, but then Wildcats forcing a turnover there, getting the ball right back, so that one definitely hurts.
Out comes Latoya Bankhead Sims and the Arkansas Wildcats. Your quarterback is also one of your featured Arkansas Wildcat players of tonight's game. In the halftime segment of tonight's broadcast, we'll talk to Latoya Bankhead Sims and get her perspective on what it's like to be a leader for this squad, and a little sneak peek into just everything that she juggles, not only on the field but off the field as well. Alongside Latoya Bankhead Sims tonight, our second featured Wildcat player, Alana Alexander. She filled in great at the quarterback role in round 1, and tonight she looks to be one of Bankhead Sims' top receiving options. On 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line, the Wildcats work out of the shotgun. Bankhead Sims, handoff, that's Raquel Williams. Williams dragged down, not much there. She'll get 1 yard on the pickup, and it brings up 2nd down and 9.
Outlaws doing a good job that time collapsing to the running back, and a gang of tacklers there making the play.
2nd down and 9 at the 49 for the Arkansas Wildcats. Bankhead Sims talks things over with her women in the huddle, and they'll come out ready for action here. 14 minutes to play. Here in the opening quarter, we've already seen possessions from each team in just the first minute of action, and the Wildcats lead 6-0 and have the football. Bankhead Sims operates out of the gun on 2nd down. She's going to send Ursula Johns way wide out to the right-hand side. And here's the snap. Handoff, Vincent. Vincent can't get it, and that's a rare tackle. No, they're going to hand it off, and it is handed off. That is Tiara Clark. Clark can't get rid of it either. She goes down for a big loss, and that is a very rare stop behind the line of scrimmage for the Arkansas Wildcats.
Yeah, the Outlaws have to feel good about that play. They were all over that one, read it perfectly, were not fooled whatsoever. Even when Vincent gave that ball off at the last second, they still were able to get her and tackle her for the loss. Big loss there, actually.
It comes up as a 10-yard loss for Raquel Williams and the Arkansas Wildcats. It brings up 3rd down and 20. So pressure on here for the Wildcats, who face their first 3rd down of the ball game. Bankhead Sims stands in the gun on 3rd down. Ball at the 38-yard line. Here's the snap. Handoff, Vincent. A confident Kiara Vincent right up the middle. Bounces off a defender. There she goes. Into Outlaw territory. She's got the first. Are you kidding me? Kiara Vincent's going to take it all the way back. 62 yards for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats.
You know, how encouraging is that? I mean, 3rd and 20, and you think, okay, definitely a passing play. But they say, you know what? No, that's what the Outlaws are going to expect. So we're going to run the ball because we trust Vincent, we trust our offensive line, and we're going to get it done. And not only did they get the 1st down, but they went in for the score. Unbelievable.
Coach Ernest Dukes III, he said it in the pregame interview. He said, I have confidence in my team. If they execute the way they are supposed to, we can score on every single play of the game. And that was very indicative of that right now. Kiara Vincent, a legendary athlete, making her way up, you know, obviously statistically in command of Division III, but in the entire WFA, she is making a huge name for herself as the running back of this Wildcats team. Handoff, Raquel Williams. She is in for 2, and here in the first quarter, 12:33 left to play. It's a 14-0 Wildcats lead. We're back after this. This is Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report. Back here at Hot Springs World Class High School alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. A 14-0 lead for the Arkansas Wildcats. We want to say hello to one of our viewers, Regis Price, tuning in from San Antonio, Texas this evening. Thank you for your support as the Austin Outlaws get set for their second possession of tonight's game. And on the run, here comes the kickoff return out close to midfield. A great way to start the possession. They'll open up shop from what it looks to be the 50-yard line here. So Austin, two great kickoff returns. They had the unfortunate fumble loss, and let's see if they can control the football and get things going here.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see what the Outlaws can do on the offensive side of the football here. You know, just keep that possession and see if they can string together a good drive here and answer with a score of their own.
You know, like we talked about, taking a look at the Outlaws this season, 4-5 on the year, but those 4 wins, anytime they scored this season, no matter what the point total, they won. Their only losses were shutout losses, and, you know, that's going to be key for this Outlaws team. This is not a pushover team. This is not a slouch team. This is round 2 of the playoffs, and this is a team that has absolutely earned its way here with hard work and effort, and we look to see them answer back in a big way here. We have a timeout down on the field, and we'll take it with him. 30-second break. We're back after this. It's Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at XZeroSports.com.
Tonight's Arkansas Wildcats broadcast brought to you by Arkansas Logo Logic, the official apparel provider of XZero Sports. Call Rob or Jason today, 501-767-2197. Also, a special thank you to Dr. Corey Brown of Merit Health in Brandon, Mississippi, Dr. Julian McMurray of Little Rock, Arkansas, K. Robinson Media Incorporated, Charles Ricks Photography, Highly Empowered Credit Restoration, Mr. William Lewis of Atlanta, Georgia, and Reggie Swinton of Little Rock, Arkansas. Handoff up the middle on first down for the Outlaws. A great gain on first down, chewing up some yardage. The Outlaws move into Wildcat territory down to the 45-yard line for a gain of 5.
Hey, 5 yards good. First positive play there. Makes it definitely a manageable 2nd and 5 coming up here.
Here come the Outlaws rushing back to the line. Quarterback Caitlin Perch will stand under center. Perch wears number 35. I formation for the Outlaws on 2nd and 5. Here's the handoff right up the middle. Little fullback dive there, led by the defensive line. Bridget Brown is going to chew up 1 yard there, bringing up 3rd and 4 for the Outlaws.
You know, I remember last game I did with you, the team the Wildcats were playing against, anytime they tried to run right up the middle, they just got denied time and time again. The times they had success is when they ran to the outside edges, specifically the left side. So interested to see if the Outlaws can figure that out here and see that that's their weakness. Especially
on 3rd down, you know, I like the play call going up the middle for the 2nd time there, just to see if it's not broke, don't fix it. But sure. Now here on 3rd down, I really want to see how the Outlaws respond.
Absolutely.
Perch in the huddle with the Outlaws, trying to drop the correct play here. It's 3rd and 4. Football at the Wildcats 44. Perch moves to the shotgun here. 2 women in the backfield. Here's the snap. Pitched out. Now in the backfield with pressure coming. The running back is going to go down. That's Damaris Rodriguez. Nowhere to go. She's going to lose a bunch. And that's going to bring up a very long 4th down. We're looking at 4th and 14.
That was definitely a killer on 3rd down, and I'm guessing they're going to punt the ball here.
Kind of like an option read play. You know, the Outlaws really just wanted to see what kind of defense was coming at them, and the Wildcats brought the house in. I don't think it's what the Outlaws expected in that situation here, and it does look like they'll punt it away here. 1 woman back to return for the Wildcats, and that is the dangerous Tiara Clark. She's off screen at the moment. She's over at the 30, but she's already ran 1 punt return back for a touchdown this season, and She is the special teams specialist for the Wildcats. And, you know, a lot of times teams have to key in. They're like, okay, where is number 2? Where is Kiara Vincent? But by forcing teams to do that, you take your eyes off of talent like Clark. Here's the punt, a little line drive punt. It's going to bounce, and it's going to sail out of bounds around the 27. And we'll see where the Wildcats take it here. The Arkansas Wildcats have scored on each possession they've had. Kiara Vincent, a monster night already. 2 carries, 128 yards, and 2 scores.
Well, you said how dangerous she is on the punt return, so I wouldn't be surprised if Outlaws coach Baker said, you know, kick this thing out of bounds, keep it away from her.
9:53 to play in the opening act. Still a lot of football to be had in this one. We thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of Arkansas Wildcats football here on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. So the Wildcats will get set up from the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for quarterback LaToya Bankhead Sims of Arkansas. She'll send a couple of receivers out wide to the left. That'll be Lindsay Edwards. That'll be Ursula Johns. And going out to the right, Tiara Clark. 2 in the backfield will be Williams and Vincent. 1st and 10, the snap. Bankhead Sims drops back to pass. Little dump pass over on the left-hand side. It's picked up. That's Vincent. And Vincent gets a nice positive gain out to about the 35. We'll call it a gain of 8. So on the reception there, I believe that's Alana Alexander reeling that one in. A great catch there, you know, and trying to mix it up a little bit. The running game very strong. The defense obviously had to key in on the run that play, opening up the pass for Bankhead Sims.
Absolutely. I love seeing the Wildcats switch things up there a little bit. You want to keep the defense honest, on their toes. So switching it up, making a passing play there. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go back to a run on this play. 2nd and 2 from the 35. Bankhead Sims, handoff Vincent. Vincent right up the middle, brought down by the shoulders. And that's the first time Vincent has been stopped tonight. It is exactly what the Wildcats needed to pick up the first down. That'll move the chains out to the 40. Nice run in there by Vincent as she weaved in and out there, eluding the defenders before finally being brought down, but not before picking up a first down for the Wildcats.
1st and 10 from the 41. That's a pickup of just 3 for Kiara Vincent. She is out to 131 yards on 3 carries. LaToya Bankhead Sims operates out of the shotgun on 1st down. Has wide receivers out to either side, 2 in the backfield. Bankhead Sims takes the snap, drops back, pressure's coming, she dumps it away and gets it away to Vincent. She breaks out of a tackle, she's going to go down, nowhere to go there. It's a loss on the play of about 5.
Outlaws doing a good job there in the coverage, just being all over and making sure, keeping an eye on Vincent so she didn't get away.
And it's one of those things, you know, we knew that the Outlaws were very capable of this kind of defense. They're, you know, very proficient in the pass defense strategy, and that's a big one there to bring the Wildcats back. Now, you know, we talk about, you know, oh, if you start looking at deep possessions, you know, long 3rd downs, even 4th downs, well, the Wildcats don't seem to care what down it is. You know, very similar to high school football here in Arkansas, Pulaski Academy. As long as you have a down, you have an open field in front of you. Doesn't matter what it is. Handoff Vincent. Vincent's going to crash right up the middle and get out a late flag. 2 late flags are going to come out on this one. The first penalty flags of tonight's game. Vincent gets out to the 47, and we'll see what the call is down on the field. The officials are talking things over here. It's going to be a face mask penalty called against the Outlaws. So that is good field position coming for the Arkansas Wildcats here. It's going to march him up across midfield into Outlaw territory. Football is going to be spotted all the way down at the 37. Costly personal foul there going against the Outlaws. It'll be a new set of downs for the Arkansas Wildcats. Same formation. Bankhead Sims will call the shots from the shotgun. 3 wide on the play, 2 in the backfield. The bread and butter of this Wildcats offense. Bankhead Sims takes the snap, handoff, Vincent. Vincent looking for that left end edge. Is she going to do it again down at the 20? Vincent, foot race, 10-5, touchdown, Arkansas Wildcats. Vincent has her third.
Unbelievable run. That time you saw a little bit different perspective on that one as she bounced around the left side, and then she was just up the sideline, gone, nobody catching her, and she's in for the score once again.
Third rushing touchdown of the night for Kiara Vincent. It's 20-0 Arkansas. That one a 37-yard scamper. An impressive run for number 2.
Her shortest of the night so far.
That is right. That is right. Touchdown runs of 66, 62, and 37 respectively.
Unreal.
The Wildcats will go for 2 here. Bankhead Sims will operate out of the shotgun. They're going to look to make it a 22-point contest. That was the margin of victory in the last meeting between these two teams. Pressure's coming, going down to the Wildcats. They will be denied. Here in the first quarter, 7:14 to play. It's all Wildcats so far, 20-0. This is Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report. Back here at Hot Springs World Class High School alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. Special thank you to Megan Harrison, our camerawoman, this evening here in the first quarter. 7:14 to play in the opening act. It's 20-0 Arkansas. The Wildcats set to kick off. Little slow, low kick here. Picked up by the Outlaws at the 34-yard line. Here comes number 34, Bridget Brown. Brown with running room inside Wildcat territory. Can she be stopped? Still on her feet as she goes down inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. An impressive return, and maybe the spark that this team needed here in the first quarter to get on the board.
Not only did she break like 3 or 4 tackles on that run, if not more, but she drug 3 or 4 defenders with her for half of that distance. Nice run.
Want to say a special shout out to one of our viewers tonight, Miss Catherine Contreras, tuning in Lockhart, Texas this evening. Thank you so much. And everybody tuning in on the live stream on XZeroSports.com as well as on YouTube. We couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much for all of your support, whether you're tuned in for the Wildcats, the Outlaws, or just a fan of the WFA in general. We've got a timeout down on the field. We'll take it with them. 30 seconds and we're back after this. It's Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero Hero today by visiting us at XZeroSports.com.
Back here at Hot Springs World Class High School alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. 1st and 10 for the Austin Outlaws inside Wildcat territory. A quick pass into triple coverage, reeled in. Damaris Rodriguez pulls that one in for positive yardage. Looks like she's going to gain 1 on the reception, bringing up 2nd down and 9 as we rejoin here in action in the first quarter. Impressive pass play, and Rodriguez reeled it in even though she saw 3 Wildcats ready to swarm her.
Yeah, I mean, dangerous throw there, being triple team, but quarterback was confident, wide receiver was confident making the play, and gained a yard out of it to bring up 2nd and 9. And yes, in Wildcats territory, that's the biggest takeaway so far. See if they can get a score here.
Feels like a good opportunity here deep inside Wildcats territory. The Outlaws desperately needing a score here. Down 20-0, 6:25 to play in the first quarter. The quarterback, Caitlin Perch, stands in the shotgun. Perch takes the snap. Handoff Rodriguez. She's met immediately, brought down by that hefty defensive line, and that's a big loss for the Austin Outlaws. On the tackle, number 10, Lisa Blaylock for the Arkansas Wildcats. She was joined by Erica Williams.
Blaylock and Williams were all over that one. They knew exactly what was coming, and they made a great tackle there for loss.
So now the Outlaws looking at a long 3rd down situation here. We've got a timeout down on the field, and we'll take it with them. 30 seconds, and we're back after this. This is Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com. Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report. Back here in Hot Springs alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. 20-0, the Arkansas Wildcats with the lead. And the Austin Outlaws coming out of that timeout, a big decision to make here on 3rd down. 6:10 left to play here in the opening act. Perch operates out of the shotgun, 4 wide on the formation. Perch takes the snap. She's going to take it right up the middle. Quarterback keeper grinding the pile down around the 30. She's close to the original line of scrimmage, and we'll see where the spot of the football goes. It looks like she's going to get the 30. We're looking at 4th down and about 11. So inside Wildcat territory, you have to think that the Outlaws feel comfortable going for it here, but trying to figure out a play that really works. You haven't seen a lot of positive momentum in either the pass game or the running game. You know, in this instance, I feel like the running game has been a little bit better, but when you need 11 yards, you've got to go to the back of the playbook here and see what you can do to spell this Wildcats defense. 4 wide on the formation. Perch in the gun. She'll take the snap. Drops back. Throws across the middle. And cannot connect with her intended receiver. It'll be a turnover on downs. And what started off as a great opportunity for the Outlaws ends in a little bit of disappointment there. The Wildcats will take over from their own 30-yard line.
You know, good defense there by the Wildcats. The defensive back really forced the quarterback to thread that needle in there. She threw it just a little bit short and caused the turnover on downs.
It was almost like the Outlaws kind of wanted to outspeed and outthink the Wildcats there. You know, they rushed out of that huddle. They had it drawn up in their minds, but the route was not ran in time for the connection to be made. And we'll see the Outlaw defense come out once again and look to kind of stymie this offense of the Wildcats. They haven't been able to do so just yet, and that's due to a large part by number 2, Kiara Vincent. 176 yards on 5 carries. She has 3 scores. From the 30-yard line, it's 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Latoya Bankhead Sims in the shotgun to start things off. Here's the snap. Handoff, Vincent. Up the middle is Vincent. One woman to beat. Spins out of it. She drops the football, and we'll see who comes out of it on the pile here. Did the Wildcats retain it here? And we're waiting to see who came up with it. I believe it's going to be the Wildcats here. Vincent is stopped at the 44. That would be a gain of 14. You
know, if she didn't lose the ball there, I think she was gone, but just causing her to lose that ball.
And that's a great call out to the Outlaws there, because Vincent has shown that it takes a full wrap-up tackle to bring down number 2. She is not the biggest athlete out there, and that actually works to her advantage. She kind of just like slips through people's arms, and that is a large part of her success, and the way that she can move the way that she does. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, standing at the 44. Here's the snap. Bankhead Sims drops back, throws it away. Just trying to get rid of it in pressure there. They'll call it an incomplete pass, brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, going back to that run, I think the Outlaws have realized, hey, we can't necessarily tackle Vincent a lot of times, so let's go for the football. And that's what they did on that last time. We were able to get that fumble, just weren't able to come out with it, but good job there, keeping her out of the end zone that time. And
especially great pressure there just on that last defensive play by Austin, really spelling and putting the pressure on Bankhead Sims there. She's able to throw it away. Great leadership move, but the Wildcats looking for what to do next here. No connection there with Ursula Johns on 2nd and 10, and the passing game looking a little bit shaky to start things off here early in the first quarter. Clock stopped at 4:36 in the opening quarter, and now the Wildcats looking at 3rd down and 10.
We'll definitely want to give the Outlaws front defensive unit their credit. The last 2 possessions, passing plays, they forced Sims to throw it sooner than she wants to. So definitely credit that to them.
3 wide on the formation. 1 in the backfield is Vincent. Latoya Bankhead Sims stands in the gun on 3rd and 10. Football at the 44-yard line. Bankhead Sims gets the sign from Coach Ernest Dukes to 3rd. As we await the snap, here it is, a little bit high, handoff Vincent. Vincent just parts the seas, and she's brought down actually a great tackle, a one-arm tackle. Sasha Avila makes the stop. It's a 2-yard gain for Kiara Vincent. That is her shortest run of the night. That brings up the first 4th down for the Wildcats this evening. It's going to be 4th down and 9. So we'll adjust that carry to just a 1-yard carry for Vincent. And on 4th down, the Wildcats inside their own territory. Let's see what Coach Ernest Dukes III goes with here. A comfortable 20-point lead here in the first quarter. Does appear like the Wildcats will be set back to punt, playing it safe here on 4th down.
You've got that lead, you might as well just kick it away. Don't want anything happening.
There's the kick. High and away. It bounces at the 33. Picked up on the run by the Outlaws. Brought down immediately. A great tackle made. That's Tiara Clark. She's the special teams specialist for this Arkansas Wildcats team, and she makes a good stop. Limits it to, a 3-yard punt return. An excellent play. So the Austin Outlaws will open up shop at the 35-yard line, moving right to left and looking to get on the scoreboard here. 20-0 ball game, 3:33 to play in the opening quarter here from Hot Springs World Class High School in Garland County, Arkansas. Talking things over in the huddle will be Perch and the Outlaws. From the 35-yard line. Perch stands in the shotgun on 1st and 10 from the 35. She'll move her running back in motion directly behind her. Pitch back, number 31, Stephanie Marshall. Marshall drives the pile right up the middle. Good positive gain there, past the 40 to the 41-yard line. Gain of 6 for Marshall, and what I believe is her first carry of the football game.
Yeah, good little play that time by the Outlaws. Good pitch and catch, and a nice little run. Had some good blocking up front and turned into some positive yards for the Outlaws.
So that brings up 2nd down and 4. Football at the 41-yard line. The Outlaws looking to get on the board here on this possession. They've had a couple of key turnovers in this one. The very first possession of the game, a fumble, I believe, on the first offensive possession by the Outlaws, picked up by the Wildcats. They've also had a turnover on downs deep in Wildcat territory. Looking to right the ship here. We've seen sparks of brilliance coming out of this team, and we believe that they'll be putting it together very shortly. Caitlin Perch operates under center now. One woman in the backfield for the Austin Outlaws. Perch takes it herself. Quarterback keeper right up the middle. Drives the pile. She's very close to the 45 and just shy of a first down. They're going to call it short by a yard, bringing up 3rd down and 1.
You know, they ran that quarterback keeper deep in Wildcats territory, but it was 3rd and long or 2nd and long, and I didn't really like that play call. But right there, you know, you've got a shorter yardage situation, and just the keeper there kind of catch the Wildcats off guard. I really like that.
Short yard situation here for the Outlaws. We'll see what Perch and her women draw up here. So they make their way to the line here. You see the Wildcats talking amongst themselves, getting ready defensively. It's 3rd and 1 from the 44. I formation for the Outlaws. Perch, handoff, right-hand side. That's Marshall, or excuse me, that's Rodriguez. Damaris Rodriguez runs out of bounds. She's going to pick up that 1st down and move the chains. We got a flag down on the field, and we'll see what's going on here. Looks like it could be holding. We'll see what the official call is down on the field.
That's always a tough one because it negates that nice run, so we'll see what they say.
This one's going to back up the Outlaws here. And on a 3rd and 1 situation, you hate to see that. You've had some offensive struggles so far in this contest. A little bit of laundry on the field is definitely not going to help here. That's going to back it up 10 yards. It'll be a loss of 10 all the way out to the 34. It's 3rd and 11. Now with a longer yardage situation, we'll see where the Outlaws want to go in the playbook on this one. And if you're the Arkansas Wildcats, you have to be salivating at the opportunity here.
Yeah, I would bring the house on this one. 3rd and long. You know, they're probably going to throw. So, man, just get in there.
Just force them to make a play. If they make a play, great. But you're going to have to make them play their A game on this next play.
That's right.
Just 2 wide receivers go out wide for the Outlaws here. Perch has some help in the backfield. 3rd and long. Handoff. That's Chancellor Hurd running on the left-hand side. Or excuse me, that is number 34, Bridget Brown on the carry. That's a gain of 3, brings up 4th down and 8.
Wildcats did a good job closing in on her rather quickly, not giving up much on that left side.
Football spotted at the 37-yard line. 4th down for the Outlaws, and a little bit of decision-making to go along here. So they're inside their own territory and really just looking to manufacture some kind of offense here to keep the drive alive, because the Wildcats really have shown not too many signs of slowing down here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to punt, and it's too bad because, you know, they got that 1st down, picked it up, were gaining some momentum, but then they had the holding penalty, which brought them back, and now they're having to punt because of it.
They did hold the Wildcats to a punt on the last possession. That was the first time this game. They'll punt it away here. Rodriguez high up in the air. On the run, there's Tiara Clark at the 38-yard line. Clark stays on her feet. Running on the left-hand side at midfield. There's a big block. She goes down inside Outlaw territory to the 47-yard line. Tiara Clark making something out of nothing on that one.
Yeah, she had to run way up on that ball, was able to get underneath it, catch it, and then took off running. Broke a couple tackles there and out to the 50.
We do have an Austin Outlaws player down on the field. We'll take a moment to assess the injured player. We're back after this. It's Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these
Back in action here at Hot Springs World Class High School alongside Travis Harrison. I'm Mark Oliver. Megan Harrison on camera this evening. As we rejoin action, we've got a timeout down on the field. We'll hold it right here. 20-0. The Arkansas Wildcats lead in this one. Still the first quarter here from Hot Springs. Just 2 seconds left in the quarter. However, coming up in the halftime segment of tonight's show, we have 3 great interviews on their way. 2 featured Arkansas Wildcats players of the game. We'll talk to quarterback Latoya Bankhead Sims. We'll also talk to quarterback/receiver Alana Alexander. She filled in as quarterback in round 1 against the Zydeco, led the team to a 50-0 Wildcat victory, and now tonight she's going to be playing a little bit of quarterback, a little bit of wide receiver. We'll talk to Alana Alexander as well, and we'll have our interview with defensive coordinator Chris Dyer. You know, we talked about coming into this matchup. We knew what happened in the previous game. You know, the defensive struggles, the back and forth. And we're going to talk defense pretty hardcore in that interview with Chris Dyer and what he expects out of his team and get his thoughts on who is performing at the highest level as we enter the 10th game of this season. So those interviews coming up during the halftime segment of tonight's broadcast. As we get ready to resume play, I want to say hello to everybody tuning in on tonight's broadcast, whether it's on XZeroSports.com or via the YouTube live stream. Thank you so much for your support tuning in for these 2 great teams this evening. On first down, Latoya Bankhead Sims floats it. Lindsay Edwards somehow comes up with it. And even though she reels in the catch there, it's going to end up for a no gain on the play as number 4 reels it in behind the back.
That was a dangerous throw by Bankhead Sims. They're just lobbing it up there, but she was able to reel it in, so props to her for making the catch.
Yeah, and we haven't really seen the Wildcats passing game where we want it to be this evening. The running game working very well, of course, Kiara Vincent, the workhorse. But, you know, despite what Kiara Vincent can do, Coach Ernest Dukes III and Coach Chris Dyer, they're thinking long-term. If these playoffs continue for this Arkansas Wildcats team, their concern has to be the health of Kiara Vincent, the strength of her legs, and I mean, after this round, there are potentially 2 more games left in this season for the Wildcats as they hunt for their 2nd consecutive Division III national championship. So preserving Kiara Vincent will be key, and in doing so, you know, fleshing out that passing game, utilizing Raquel Williams and even Tiara Clark as backs for the Wildcats will be important, as well as that passing game. And, you know, just working to give people breathers. You know, last season they captured the national crown, just 11 players on the roster. I think they had 12, and the 12th woman was injured for that game. So it says a lot to what this team can do, but with a little bit of extra help this season, they don't have to necessarily work as hard as they did last year. But, you know, as we move on, you know, with the semifinals coming up in 2 weeks, the national championship game coming up later on in July in Atlanta, Georgia, it's going to be the best of the best teams left here. The competition only gets harder week in and week out. Wildcats team has to stay healthy and stay ready and be able to utilize any form of offense that they need, especially if a team is able to successfully shut down the running game with Vincent.
Absolutely. You definitely want to be more than just one-dimensional. So as they get further and further in the playoffs, teams are definitely going to gear more to shutting down Vincent, shutting down that running game like you said. So if they can develop a solid passing game, then they'll be unstoppable.
So as we get set for action here, it'll actually be 2nd down. And as you can see, Travis, they moved the spot of the football here and gave forward progress to Lindsay Edwards on that reception. Here's a handoff to Raquel Williams. She's pushing the pile. She's close to that 1st down. I don't know if forward progress got it for her. You know, if you ask me, I think she's just short.
Yeah, good run there, though, by Williams.
That'll spot things down at the Outlaw 44. It'll be 3rd down and 1. In the backfield for the Wildcats is number 11, Raquel Williams. Also number 2, Kiara Vincent. Got a 3 wide receiver front out there. Tiara Clark all alone to the left. Edwards and Johns wide to the right. On 3rd and 1, handoff Vincent. They need 1 yard. Vincent's going to get it. She's pancaked down at the 40. She picks up 3 on that carry, and that's all they need to move the chains for the Wildcats. A new set of downs coming up for Arkansas.
Yeah, what a good problem to have for the Wildcats when you've got Vincent, you've got Williams, and you've got Clark all capable of carrying that running game. So definitely impressive that all 3 ladies can, when called upon, be successful for the Wildcats.
Football down to the 41-yard line of Austin. Here come the Wildcats. Bankhead Sims talking things over with a few specific athletes in the huddle. That's number 21, Tiara Clark, and number 2, Kiara Vincent. They're going to switch sides here on the receivers. They're going to switch Clark and number 7, Ursula Johns. Johns comes to the near side on your screen, and we'll see what's up their sleeve on this one here. A little bit of a reverse play here, and there's the handoff. That's Tiara Clark on the carry. Clark, with no one there to stop her, she's going to break one tackle, still on her feet. Clark, there she goes. She breaks free, and she's going to have her first rushing score of the night. Touchdown, Wildcats. Tiara Clark puts the Wildcats back on the board.
Like I was just saying, the fact that they've got more weapons than just Vincent at the running game is incredible and a great problem to have. And here we saw Tiara Clark with a fantastic run on that reverse, breaking a tackle, and then taking it the rest of the way for the score. Great job there.
13:30 to play in the second quarter here. And it's 26-0 Arkansas. Great run there by Tiara Clark. We saw it as soon as they made the switch. For the first time tonight, they really just went to something different. Latoya Bankhead Sims takes a snap. She's going to try to take it herself. She scoots into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good. A 4-score lead for the Arkansas Wildcats in the second quarter. 13:30 to play. We're back after this. It's Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Back here in Hot Springs alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. A 28-0 lead for the Arkansas Wildcats. 13:30 to play in the second quarter here from Hot Springs. It was Tiara Clark, a big touchdown run for the Wildcats, her first of the evening, and we talked about it just minutes before that play, Travis. Being able to give Kiara Vincent a break, and by doing so, really throwing that Outlaws defense off guard because they have multiple options at running back, and this time they went to the lesser utilized Tiara Clark and came up very big. On the return, here come the Outlaws just bowling over a defender. That's Brown all the way out to the 49-yard line. About 25 yards on the kickoff return there, and the Outlaws with a big hit to start off that drive. They're looking to get on the board for the first time tonight.
You know, I will say one thing about the Outlaws tonight. They've started in great field position, almost midfield every single time. So it's just a matter of time before I feel like they're going to find their way to the end zone.
Haven't seen too much tiredness out of the Wildcats defense so far. Tonight's really this moment right here is really the first time we've seen hands on hips for the defensive line for the Wildcats, and we have to remind the viewers out there. Obviously, you're watching at home here in Garland County, Arkansas. We're nearing triple-digit temperatures, just out and about. The heat index very high, and that's why you've seen multiple timeouts occurring down on the field, such as this one right here. And the field of play is actually way lower in the stadium. The stadium, you walk in and then you head straight down to the field. So it's even hotter down there on the field. So they're making sure everybody stays hydrated and stays focused, ready to go, because it is certainly a scorcher here tonight in Arkansas. So, Travis, if you're the Outlaws here, you know, obviously offensively things haven't necessarily been going your way, but what signs of brilliance, what positive aspects have you seen work for this team that they can possibly return to try to get this offense flowing for them here in the first half?
Well, I could definitely see they could take some encouragement in, again, like where they start after the kickoff. So the fact that they're at the 50-yard line, you only have to go half the field. I mean, that's encouraging versus starting 70, 80 yards back. So the fact that they've got that good field position, I would take encouragement in that. And then also the fact that their defense is getting good pressure Now they're struggling against the run, but getting good pressure on the pass. So if the offense can feed off of the defense's effort and just try to string together some positive plays and take, last drive, they got that first down, and just in the back of their heads just to be thinking, hey, you know what, we got that first down. It was taken away because of the penalty, but we did get that. So if they can just stay penalty-free and just slowly but surely march down the field, they can get it in the end zone.
From the 49-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Austin Outlaws. They operate out of the shotgun here. Here's the snap. High snap's going to go over the head of quarterback Damaris Rodriguez. Rodriguez is going to have to fall on it down at the 29-yard line. A little bit of a trick play, of course. That's the first time we've seen Rodriguez line up at the quarterback position tonight and, trying to kind of mix up the defense a little bit there. And then, unfortunately, not going the way they wanted due to a bad snap. And now the Outlaws turn a start from near midfield into just a very long situation here, as we're looking at somewhere close to 2nd down and 30.
Well, I'm not going to lie. That probably was caused by normal quarterback is actually taller than Rodriguez, so she's used to snapping that ball a little higher, and Rodriguez, being the shorter player, just snapped it right over her head, and obviously a huge loss there. Puts them in a big hole early on in this drive.
Back against the wall here. It is 2nd down and 30 for the Austin Outlaws. Back will be Rodriguez, back in the shotgun at quarterback. They're going to try it again here. Here's the snap. Into the hands of Rodriguez. She's going to drop back, throw a deep ball downfield. It is broken up, incomplete. A hand was there. That was Alana Alexander, your featured Wildcat player of the game, getting a hand in to break that one up. And I got to admit, Travis, I really thought that ball was going to be caught.
Yeah, that was a great thrown ball. She had her wide receiver open, but just making a great play there for the Wildcats, getting her hand in there just at the last second to knock it away. But great throw by Rodriguez.
So that brings up 3rd down and 30 for the Outlaws. I loved the play call there. I thought it was absolutely the right call to make there. And, we hadn't seen what Damaris Rodriguez could do with her arm. That was the first real pass attempt that we saw. And I was impressed there. Certainly that could be something, if the Outlaws are really just trying to gauge what their best offensive options are. I have to say, I liked what I saw on that one. And I think we're going to see it again right here on 3rd and 30. Here's the snap. Rodriguez has time, looks for a woman downfield. She's going to have to throw it away. Pressure's coming. She had to get rid of it. Unfortunately, this possession started off with a lot of promise, and now the Outlaws are going to be forced to punt deep inside their own territory here.
Yeah, the fact that they're deep inside their own territory would give the Wildcats great field position on this punt return. She's going to be fielding in around the 50, so anything she gets from that. So obviously Wildcats looking to start in Outlaw territory once they get the ball back here.
12-13 to play in the first half here from Hot Springs World Class High School. It's the home of the Trojans here in Hot Springs. It'll also be the final game that the Wildcats will play here at this stadium this season. The facility undergoing some renovations for round 3. Should the Wildcats make it there, we'll be playing in a new location. We'll give you more information on that after this play. Tiara Clark on the punt return. There she goes. She steps out of bounds. They'll have her out of bounds around the 44-yard line. And once again, we saw Clark on the touchdown run. She's done very well on special teams, of course. We've talked about it all season long. And just a great run there to start things off for the Wildcats. So Arkansas will open up shop inside Austin Outlaws territory. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 44. Arkansas talking things over, and we'll see. Now, what we see here, Travis, is they're going to go to the same formation that led to that Tiara Clark touchdown on their last offensive play there. They've switched Ursula Johns and Tiara Clark on the outside ends. There's the handoff, Raquel Williams. Williams right up the middle, breaks 2 tackles, finally goes down inside the 40 down to the 39. Good gain of 5, chewing up positive yardage. That's number 11, Raquel Williams.
Yes, Williams taking a turn there. Like we said, they've got so many weapons in that running game. So nice to see Williams taking her turn and putting some positive yards together there for the Wildcats.
2nd and 5 inside Outlaw territory. Latoya Bankhead Sims talking things over with some of her running backs here. And you can see she's really having a good conversation there with Kiara Vincent. Not saying that it's coming. I'm pretty sure it's about to happen. Latoya Bankhead Sims on second down and short. Here's the snap. Handoff Vincent. They tried to flick it over to Vincent. Little finesse move play. It didn't connect, and that one's going to go down for a loss there. A loss of about 1. That brings up third down and 6. I don't know what they had drawn up, but it would have looked awesome, I imagine, had they made that connection with the little ball flip there. No connection made there. Third down and 6. The Wildcats are going to go back to the playbook here. Coach Chris Dyer on the sidelines. You can see him down at the bottom of your screen laughing with some of the players down on the field. Whatever they had drawn up just didn't work. Wasn't its time. Latoya Bankhead Sims, quick pass, right-hand side. That's Vincent with the reception. Vincent, the speedy Vincent on the right-hand side. There she goes. 4 scores for Kiara Vincent as she sails all the way home for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Beautiful screen pass there by Bankhead Sims, and then Vincent just doing the rest with her legs and just outrunning the defense for their 4th score of the game. Simply remarkable.
Even more remarkable, it's a receiving touchdown for Kiara Vincent, who continues to near that 200-yard mark here in the first half. She has 4 total touchdowns tonight, 3 on the ground, and now 1 through the air. 34-0, the Wildcats lead. 10:39 to play in the first half, and the Wildcats will go for 2 here. They've went for 2 all season long. Nothing will change here on this one. Latoya Bankhead Sims operates under center in the I formation. Here's the snap. Handoff, Williams. Raquel Williams into the end zone. Scoots on in for 2. And here in the second quarter, it's now a 36-0 lead for the Arkansas Wildcats. We'll take a break, and we're back after this. It's Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report. Back here at Hot Springs World Class High School alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. Special thank you to Miss Megan Harrison on the camera for us this evening. It's all Arkansas so far in this one in the second quarter, 10:39 to play. Here's the kickoff over to the Austin Outlaws, picked up on the run, past the 40 to the 45. Here come the Outlaws. That's number 11, Damaris Rodriguez. Rodriguez stays on her feet, crosses down, and slowly outstretches into Arkansas Wildcat territory. That's where the Outlaws open up shop. Very similar to that last possession, but very quickly it just went really south for the Outlaws that last time. They're looking to come out, start strong, and get on the scoreboard and start chewing into this lead.
Once again, starting from the 50-yard line, so great field position.
Yeah, very consistently. You know, in special teams, the Outlaws have really even outperformed the Wildcats in that state of the game tonight.
It just comes down to the offensive end. Can they string together a good possession?
We've seen 3 different quarterbacks in tonight's action for the Austin Outlaws, and it appears as we start this possession, they will remain with number 11, Damaris Rodriguez. Rodriguez stands in the shotgun, 1 back in the backfield, and 4 wide receivers. Kind of like a net formation here. Here's the snap. Rodriguez gets a block, throws. It's nearly picked off. Tiara Clark almost had a pick 6 on that one.
Oh, that was definitely going to be a pick 6. She was gone.
So the very hungry Tiara Clark unable to reel it in, and the Outlaws are glad to have that one back with just a 2nd down and 10. Goes down as an incompletion. Rodriguez makes her way back to her group of women. to talk over the play here.
I want to give some recognition there to the running back for the Outlaws. Wildcats defender was coming off the edge there on the blitz, and she picked her up, bought her quarterback, Rodriguez, some extra time to throw that ball. So nice job there on picking up the blitz.
Yeah, and that looks like, I believe that's Karen Scott out there next to Damaris Rodriguez. Rodriguez in the shotgun on 2nd down and 10. She's back deep in the gun. Here's the snap. Rodriguez looking for a block, throws this one downfield, and it is nearly intercepted once again. That is Tiara Clark right there looking for that football, and got to be careful about throwing around number 21. She's missed it twice. I don't know if she'll miss it a 3rd time.
She's hungry for that ball. She wants it. She's going to get it.
I still like the play calls here. I like the deep pass opportunities here by Rodriguez. We've got a timeout down on the field. Arkansas wants a break. We'll take it with them. 30 seconds and we're back. 36-0 Arkansas. 10:21 to play in the first half. This is Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Back here in Hot Springs alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. Wherever you're tuning in tonight, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. And I think both Travis and I can say this, wherever you are, we hope you're a lot cooler than we are up here in the booth. It's a hot one here in Hot Springs, and goes along with the name of the spa city here. And, in talking with some of the Austin Outlaws staff before the game, they made a day of it. They came into Garland County, they stayed the night, and they toured downtown Hot Springs. They said that one of their favorite stops along their tourist attraction today was the Gangster Museum in downtown Hot Springs. So very nice that they were able to come in and get a nice little history lesson about the city of Hot Springs as well. And that's the thing about these travel games. No matter whose team is traveling, being able to travel and experience the sights and sounds of a new state are just a phenomenal part of traveling for the WFA playoffs here. Another deep pass opportunity from Rodriguez, nearly broken up. This time it was Alana Alexander looking to get pay dirt, but the Wildcats just not able to reel in the interception here. It brings up 4th down and 10, and we'll see what the Outlaws want to do. The drive started at the 50. It currently stands at the 50, and they can get that field position, Travis, but just being able to do something with it, they haven't been able to put it together tonight.
No, definitely not. I mean, we've seen time and time again, start at the 50, that consistency on the kickoffs. But after that, not moving the ball forward very much, and sometimes even moving the ball backwards the other way, as we saw that bad snap, and we've seen some runs for negative yards. So just curious to see what they're going to do here, and it looks like they're going to punt this one away. Does
appear to be a punt formation here, and Damaris Rodriguez in at quarterback also serves as the team's punter this evening. Here's the snap. The punt is up. It's blocked. It is blocked, and it's going way back into Austin territory. Picked up. That's Lindsay Edwards on top of it. Down at the 33-yard line. When it rains, it pours for Austin tonight, and the Arkansas Wildcats open up shop in great field position.
Fantastic play. Saw her coming along the outside there, and it looked like she was going to get to it, and she did just that. So great play there on the punt block.
That's at least the second monumental play that Lisa Blaylock has made in tonight's contest. She wears number 10 for the Arkansas Wildcats and putting forth fantastic effort. Now, I mean, you got to think about it. You're down on the field. You're up 36-0. It's understandable if you take your foot off the gas a little bit. Not Blaylock. She's out there. She's looking to make that highlight reel, and she's coming in. She's wanting to pace her team to victory. No breaks, no stops, all the way to Atlanta, Georgia.
That's a special player right there, and she's got the eye on the prize, that championship in her eyes, and she's not going to stop until they get there.
10:06 to play in the first half. Still a lot of football left in this one. It's 36-0. Latoya Bankhead Sims In the gun on 1st and 10 from the 34. Bankhead Sims takes it herself up the middle, wrapped up, and she'll stretch out. She collapses down. They're going to give her the 31-yard line. Gain of 4 for the quarterback, Latoya Bankhead Sims. Don't forget, in the halftime segment of tonight's broadcast, we'll talk to number 9, Latoya Bankhead Sims, and learn more about what she does not only on the field, but off the field. A great public servant giving back to her community in Arkansas. It's a great story. You want to make sure you tune in to her interview coming up at halftime. 9:34 and counting to play in the first half. Bankhead Sims back in the gun on 2nd and 8. Here's the snap. Handoff, Vincent. Running room there as Vincent breaks a tackle. There she goes. No one's going to stop her. That is her 4th rushing score, her 5th overall. Kiara Vincent, touchdown, Wildcats.
Unbelievable. She did it again, and that was all her. She did get some nice blocking up front just to create just a little hole, and that's all she needs. She does the rest with her legs once again, this time bouncing around to the right side, up the sideline, all the way for the score. Great run there by Vincent.
Another 5-touchdown performance for Kiara Vincent. She had 5 in the round 1 win over the Acadiana Zydeco, and already 4 rushing scores and a receiving score tonight for number 2. She is unstoppable. As the Wildcats line up for 2, they may utilize Vincent once again here. Here's the snap. No, Raquel Williams this time. Williams skates into the end zone untouched. She's in for 2. And just like that, the lead is 44 for the Arkansas Wildcats. 9:15 to play in the first half. We're back after this. It's Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report. Back here in Hot Springs alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. A 44-0 lead for the Arkansas Wildcats. Kiara Vincent has her 5th overall touchdown tonight. Here come the Austin Outlaws. That's Rodriguez making her way once again across midfield. A great return for the Austin Outlaws. You know, and honestly, I really don't think it's the special teams for the Wildcats just laxing up. I really think Austin really just excels in this area of the football game.
Yeah, I definitely think they do a good job and kind of pride themselves. And, you know, we're going to get good field position. We want to get it close to the 50 as possible. And if we can get it over, anything extra is a bonus. This time they are actually just able to start in Wildcats territory. So we'll see what they can do this time.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Austin Outlaws. And they'll move them up a yard with the spot of the football. They'll start from the 47-yard line of Arkansas. Once again, quarterback Damaris Rodriguez. She wears number 11 for the Austin Outlaws. And, you know, we understand that there is at least 1 injured player for the Outlaws still being worked out over on the far track. You can kind of see it on the screen back in the distance. We'll look to get an injury update for you as soon as possible. Rodriguez drops back, throws that one downfield. Oh, and the wide receiver loses her footing. Samantha Reeder looked like she was all alone, able to reel that one in, and now she's down on the track on the far side of the screen. She loses her footing, and she's down as well. So now you can see it on the very back of your screen there. There are 2 Austin Outlaws players being attended to by the training staff.
Yeah, hopefully she's all right. She might have pulled something because the way she turned there, it looked like she was already kind of hobbling when the ball was even coming towards her, like she couldn't even make the play even if she wanted to, type of thing.
It's a hot night out there. There's no denying that. I know we're sweating up here in the booth, and it's even hotter down on the field. It was around triple-digit temperatures all day here in Hot Springs. And honestly, that's the norm here for late June in Arkansas. And of course, the fans tuning in from Austin, Texas are probably like, yeah, okay, it was a lot worse down by us today. But, you know, it's certainly taking a toll on these players. And as this game goes on, it's a long game. And despite the score, stamina and hydration are going to be the two keys into how this game progresses over the next couple of quarters. Rodriguez takes the deep snap here. Pressure's coming. She's going to take it herself. Holds the football down away from her body. She's got running room. Rodriguez down at the 40, runs out of bounds at the 39. Hey, a great run by Damaris Rodriguez. She's going to pick up 8.
I think that was a great play there by Rodriguez, you know, just understanding, you know what, I'm not going to chuck this thing this time. Nobody was open down the field. She just tucked that thing and ran and showed she's got some speed.
Want to say hello and thank you to all of our live streamers tuning into tonight's broadcast, both on XZeroSports.com and on the YouTube live feed. Thank you so much for your support of both the Wildcats, the Outlaws, and the Women's Football Alliance in general. It's growing more and more each year. We love to be able, from our capacity, to give exposure to this league, which gives women a chance to play semi-professional football. It's absolutely a pleasure to be here bringing you coverage of this great league. On 3rd down and 2, here come the Austin Outlaws. Rodriguez, with the quarterback keeper, really gets her team in good spot here. Let's see what she can do on 3rd down. Airs it out, picked up. That's Chancellor Hurd as she enters the game for the first time since the first play of the game. She's able to pick up 1. It's going to bring up 4th and short.
That was a great open field tackle there for the Wildcats. Did you happen to see who that was?
Didn't see the defender on it there. I believe, just based on who's walking back, I believe that's going to be number 50, Erica Williams.
Yeah, I mean, she had the first down for sure, if not more after that. The field was open and was able to make that great tackle and hold her down, and now it's 4th down instead of a 1st down. So
for the Austin Outlaws fans tuning into the broadcast here, we were informed before the start of the game there was a wardrobe change for Shadonna Chancellor Hurd. She typically wears number 24. She's dressed out in number 27 this evening. So if you see number 27, that's Chancellor Hurd, as she had that last carry here on the possession. It's 4th and 1. Rodriguez stands deep in the shotgun. Only one woman in the backfield, and that's really just to kind of block for her, is Chancellor Hurd. We'll see how they utilize her here. Dropping back, Rodriguez. Pressure's coming. They're bringing the house. Rodriguez is going to have to take it on her own. Is she going to pick it up? No. She is knocked out of bounds by Kiara Clark. That will be a turnover on downs. A heartbreaker for the Austin Outlaws.
Being so close that time, 4th and 1. And just unable to come away with it.
You can still see it at the very back of your screen near the top. There are still 2 Austin Outlaws players being tended to by the training staff. Most recently, number 13, the receiver Samantha Reeder. She is more towards the top right of your screen, still being attended to. She went off. You know, she was going for the reception. She was wide open, lost her footing, looked really shaky, and now you can kind of see the rest of the team slowly meandering over there to check on the status of Reeder as the training staff attends to her. So with the turnover on downs, Arkansas takes over. They lead big, 44-0, 7:38 to play in the first half here from Hot Springs, Arkansas. On 1st down, we take a look at the formation here. So now they're going to isolate Kiara Clark. They're bringing her on the receiver down to the near side, near around the 40-yard marker. In the backfield will be just Kiara Vincent. Latoya Bankhead-Sims stands under center for the Wildcats. Here's the snap. Pitch back, Vincent. Vincent looking for room to run. She's got pressure coming. Finds that left-hand edge. Scoots out of bounds before she gets hit. She still picks up 5 yards on the carry out to the 46-yard line.
She's got so much speed. I mean, most people wouldn't have been able to get around that outside edge, but she's able to do that and turn basically nothing into a positive gain.
It almost seems unfair, you know, in some aspects of the game. You know, it feels like you're playing Madden out there with the way that she's like a 99 runner out out there, and it's very impressive what she's been able to do. We're going to calculate her yardage totals here shortly. What we can tell you at this point in the game, she's got 4 rushing scores, she's got a receiving score, and she's not done yet. You know, she's a large part of this Wildcats offense. She leads the WFA Division III in just about every offensive category this season. She is truly something special, and one of the top football players regardless of gender in the state of Arkansas. Absolutely. On second down and 6. Here's the handoff to Vincent. Vincent scoots past a couple of defenders, wrapped up and brought down. There's a rare tackle. That one coming in. That's Monica Logan, number 21, making the stop for the Outlaws. That pushes Vincent back. I believe that's the first loss of the night for Kiara Vincent, and that's going to be a loss of about 5.
She is human.
Brings up third down and 11. Football at the 40-yard line. Now, as we've seen, as we've talked about already during the broadcast, it doesn't really seem to matter what down it is. The Wildcats don't ever let that get to them. If it's a 2, 3, 4, doesn't matter. They're out there. As long as they have a down of offense, they're going to take it and try to take it to the house. Like what Coach Ernest Dukes III said at the beginning of the game, said, if we execute on any play the way that we're supposed to, we'll score on that play. Let's see what happens on 3rd and 11 from the 40. High snap, Bankhead Sims throws across the field. No connection made. It's incomplete, intended for Ursula Johns. That brings up 4th down for the Wildcats. I believe that's their 2nd tonight. The last time they had 4th down, they punted it away.
Now you said it doesn't usually matter what down it is. Honestly, it doesn't matter what the yardage is. We saw a 3rd and 20 earlier in the game, and Vincent took that one to the house.
On 4th down here, it appears that the Wildcats are going to punt it away, playing safe here, and absolutely with a 44-0 lead. No problems there. 6:32 to play in the first half of action here from Hot Springs World Class High School. Back to punt will be the Wildcats. 2 women back to return. High snap. Lindsay Edwards gets the kick away. It's a little bit high, sailing under it, and bobbled. The Outlaws are able to control it around the 45-yard line. So Austin still close to midfield on the as they open up shop here. You know, we'll see what they can do on offense here. They've struggled all night long, and in much credit to the Arkansas Wildcats, but we just have to imagine that the Outlaws are going to put it together on drives here. You know, we've seen personnel changes all night long, trying to find the right fit, and unfortunately, they've had injuries to what appear to be key players for this team. It has been a very tough go for them so far in this contest. Certainly not where they want to be in round 2 of the playoffs. And it looks like we're going to take a break in action here. So we see walking off the screen, the paramedics have arrived for one of the Austin Outlaws players. So while the emergency medical staff tends to the Austin player, we're going to take an extended break, and we'll be back with action. Or no, looks like they're going to resume play here. My apologies, Travis. Looks like they're going to keep going here. So you'll be able to see the situation as it unfolds on the top of your screen here. On 1st down for the Outlaws, Rodriguez stands in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers out to the left-hand side. The snap. Rodriguez has time. Throws. It is reeled in out around the 45-yard line. Brought down at the 46. Good connection is made. 2-yard gain. That's number 21, Monica Logan.
That was a bullet pass that time by Rodriguez, right on the money.
Excuse me, my apologies. Number 31, that's Stephanie Marshall, bringing in the reception for 2 yards. Keeps the drive alive. 2nd down and 8. So the Outlaws going back to the playbook here. Football's out at the 46-yard line of Austin, moving left to right. 5:50 and counting here in the first half of action. We're trying to watch also off the field which player is being tended to by the EMS staff, which has arrived here at the stadium. I know there's a lot of fans watching from back home in Texas. We want to get you that information as soon as possible. Here's the snap on second down. Rodriguez, pump fake, has time. Now she's pressured, tries to get out of the pocket, throws it away downfield, and it is nearly reeled in. A high jump catch just couldn't be pulled down by Dominique Mendiola. That brings up 3rd and 8 for the Austin Outlaws.
Good effort there by Rodriguez, though, avoiding a sack and able to get that ball away.
3rd down and long for Austin. Football still at the 46-yard line. Damaris Rodriguez calling the shots in the huddle here. Have an offensive substitution. Coming out on the play will be Karen Scott. She'll be replaced by Bridget Brown, who wears number 34. We've seen Brown, especially on special teams. She's just a bulldozer. She'll just plow right through the middle. It takes many Wildcats to bring her down. Could be a key offensive weapon for this Outlaws team. We're trying to get a look at the number of the athlete. Can you see the number on that jersey out there that's down on the track? I believe, and I don't want to be incorrect here, I believe I see number 35, Caitlin Perch, on that jersey. And if I'm correct, that's the athlete that is being tended to by the medical staff here by ambulance.
And I believe she was the one on that passing attempt there who went over and kind of looked like she really messed herself up there on the sideline, and then kind of went down even before the ball, kind of came to her. She was already limping.
So I think you may be right. I think the receiver Reader is also down over there. Perch, if you remember, she started the game as tonight's quarterback. Oh, and then we saw Rodriguez come in.
Yes.
And Perch has been down for an extended amount of time throughout tonight's game. Yeah. So, it's surely it's very difficult for the Outlaws fans tuning into the broadcast. They're trying to continue the game while also tending to the medical health of one of the star players for this team. And the Outlaws are continuing to drive here. They've got a new set of downs, which has been something that the team has struggled with throughout the evening, and now they're going to try to put a score on the board here. Rodriguez in the shotgun on 1st and 10, football at the 39-yard line.
They've had some penalties go against them this game. That one actually goes for them, so nice, see if they can do something out of that.
Rodriguez has wide open spaces there, dashing around the 35-yard line, met and brought down. Good tackle coming in from Kiara Vincent, and Rodriguez still gets nice positive yardage. Looks like a gain of 4 according to the spot of the football here. We've seen a lot out of Rodriguez this evening, being forced to take it on quarterback keepers, put the team on her back, so to speak, but she's done very well in the time that she's been out on the field.
Yeah, she wears many hats. Obviously, she can sling the ball. She tucks it and runs. We've seen her back there punting the ball for the Outlaws, so definitely has a lot of responsibility on this team. Definitely a big part of what the Outlaws do and their success.
So it'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Austin Outlaws. 4 minutes to play here in the first half from Hot Springs. Here come the Outlaws coming out of the huddle. Rodriguez will rush her women back to the line here at the 35-yard line. 2 women in the backfield now. She's going to have some extra support here. So this is number 27, Shadonna Chancellor-Hurd. She's also got number 34, Bridget Brown, back in the backfield with her. And if anything, these 2 women can help buy her time in the passing game and also are very good runners in their own respect. So we'll see just who's going to get the football here on 2nd down. Handoff, Brown. That's Bridget Brown looking for the left-hand side. There is a flag. It's going to be holding called against the Austin Outlaws, and I believe that'll be number 72, Amy Jo Miller. Those flags came out very quickly, allowed Brown to have a small gain out to around the 35, but I believe it's going to be coming back. Hard-fought ball game by this Austin Outlaws team so far tonight. It's been a great year for this team. Have had a number of shortfalls in tonight's action. Struggles to get the offense going. Of course, obviously, injuries to key players tonight, and having players having to step in and fill some big shoes. Not the situation you want to be in round 2 of the playoffs. But I think there's a lot of respect for the team. Trying to still continue in. Perch, if I had to imagine, Perch would want her team to continue the fight here and finish out the game and try their best to come back and win this football game. And they're playing in her honor tonight as she is loaded into the LifeNet ambulance here off screen. And unfortunately, we don't have any injury information to share at this time. We just know that number 35, Caitlin Perch, was taken away due to an injury that she received earlier in tonight's football game. On second down and very long, coming off of the holding penalty, Rodriguez drops back to pass, has all the time in the world, no pressure coming. She's going to be forced out of the pocket, throws downfield. Chancellor heard the reception, reels it in. A great gain back to the original line of scrimmage. I believe that was a pickup of about 11 or 12, and that gets the Outlaws back in the driver's seat on 3rd down and 10.
Great pass and a great job by the receiver catching the ball and concentrating, getting both feet in bounds. Fantastic play.
Like to say hello to everybody tuning into tonight's broadcast, both in support of the Wildcats and the Outlaws this evening. Thank you so much for your support. And thanks to the support of the following Wildcat sponsors this season: Arkansas Logo Logic of Hot Springs, Dr. Corey Brown of Merit Health in Brandon, Mississippi, Dr. Julian McMurray of Little Rock, Arkansas, K. Robinson Media Incorporated, Charles Ricks Photography, Highly Empowered Credit Restoration, Mr. William Lewis of Atlanta, Georgia, and Reggie Swinton of Little Rock, Arkansas. Thank you all so much for your support of the Women's Football Alliance this season. On 3rd and long, Rodriguez drops back and loads the bomb all the way downfield. She's going to overthrow number 31, Stephanie Marshall, bringing up 4th down.
Man, she had her there. Just throw to the opposite outside shoulder. But, yeah, threw to that inside, and she was not quite ready for that one.
44-0 here in Hot Springs, 2:20 to play in the first half of action here. Round 2 of the Women's Football Alliance Division III playoffs. Coming up in the halftime segment of tonight's broadcast, we'll talk to our featured Wildcat players of the game. We'll talk to defensive coordinator Chris Dyer. We'll also take a sneak peek at what is possible moving into the semifinals matchup of the WFA Division III playoffs. After tonight's game, only 4 teams remain in the hunt for that championship, and we'll tell you the details on where the Arkansas Wildcats could be playing that semifinal contest here in Arkansas. 2:20 to play. It's 4th and 10. The Outlaws going for it here on 4th down. Rodriguez takes the snap, has time, and now the pocket closing. Rodriguez forced to run, throws it downfield. It's off the hands of the intended receiver. A heartbreaker. An incomplete pass, bringing up the turnover on downs. Oh, man. That one was a sure touchdown.
Yeah, wide open, catches it. She's got 10 more or 20, 15 more yards in front of her. But no Wildcats defenders in front of her. Yes, touchdown for sure if she reels that one in.
And unfortunately, that just seems to be the way the cookie has crumbled for Austin so far tonight. Just bad break after bad break. And, we talked about it. This is a team that each loss this season came by the way of a shutout, which is the current score. But whenever the Austin Outlaws find the way to get into the end zone, they win all of those games. And it just seems tonight, it just doesn't seem like Lady Luck is on their side. We've seen numerous missed opportunities that just seem up to chance in some aspects. So a very heartbreaking turnover there. Arkansas is going to pick back up. They'll take over on their own 39-yard line, moving right to left. 2:08 to play. Latoya Bankhead Sims operates out of the shotgun for Arkansas. She'll take the snap, flags fly, and this one looks like it's going to be coming back against Arkansas. False start. That's going to back up the Wildcats 5 yards. Not a whole lot of penalties being called in this one. There's been a few here and there. They've been called roughly evenly for each team, but You know, not a lot of laundry. We've seen that really throughout the playoffs in general, at least from the Arkansas Wildcats perspective. The officials really just kind of letting the teams play it out. We've seen a lot of physicality, and seems like they're just kind of willing to let teams play.
Yeah, definitely been a cleaner game, penalty-wise for sure, which always makes a nicer game to watch.
1st and 15. Handoff, Williams. Raquel Williams bounces off one defender. She meets the pile. She'll go down. And it looks like they'll have her spotted around the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 1 for the Arkansas Wildcats. Not much going there for Williams. She's had kind of a quiet night in the running game, although she has contributed many times with 2-point conversions in tonight's contest. Looks like we'll have a timeout down on the field there. We'll take it with them. A 30-second break, and we're back after this. It's 44-0 Arkansas. 1:51 remaining in the first half. This is Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. Miss Megan Harrison on camera this evening. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning into tonight's broadcast on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. As we return to action here in the first half, 1:51 remaining in the second quarter. It's a 44-0 Arkansas Wildcats lead. And as we return to action, it'll be 2nd down and 14 for the Wildcats. They stand at their own 35-yard line, moving right to left. It's been the Kiara Vincent show for the 2nd straight round of these Division III playoffs. She has 4 rushing scores and the receiving score from tonight's contest. Tiara Clark also has a score for Arkansas in this one. Latoya Bankhead Sims on 2nd down, works out of the gun. She's going to draw him off sides. She's going to pull him off there, and you know that's a play that they're going to be working on. That play right there was drawn up thinking ahead for round 3. Absolutely, trying to get teams off guard and hit them with that snap count hard.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play call there. Just trying to gain some free yardage, and they did just that.
So that's going to move them up a little bit more. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 after the encroachment penalty. Football's at the 40-yard line. On 2nd down, 2 in the backfield, just 2 receivers for the Arkansas Wildcats. Here's the snap, here's the handoff, Kiara Vincent. Vincent, stutter step, finds the right-hand edge, breaks a tackle, stays on her feet. She's wrapped up, brought down past the 45, out to around the 47-yard line. That's a gain of 7 for Kiara Vincent.
There's about 3 different times during that run that I thought, oh, she'll be tackled, oh, she'll be tackled, oh, she'll be tackled. And she wasn't. Each time, dodging defenders, eluding defenders, and she makes a positive gain.
We're going to work to compile the yardage, but we do know at this point Kiara Vincent is over 200 yards rushing in tonight's contest. That'll be the 2nd straight week that we've seen that. And it's just an incredible year that number 2 has had, just leading the way, not only for this Arkansas Wildcats squad, but the Division III of the Women's Football Alliance in general. She's putting forth a Hall of Fame-worthy season. If they even have that in WFA, I think you might have to consider very strongly looking at number 2 and just what she's done statistically this year. 3rd down and 3. Here's the snap. This one's a handoff to Raquel Williams. Williams has the 1st down and more inside the 50, down to around the 46-yard line. A good pickup there of about 7 for Raquel Williams.
Solid run there by Williams, moving the chains, doing a great job there for the Wildcats.
43 seconds remain, and they will restart the clock as soon as they get the chains set here in the first half. It's been all Arkansas in this one. In the previous meeting, if you can believe it, at halftime it was scoreless on the road in Austin, Texas. The Wildcats found their mojo early in this one. And I know that for the later part of the regular season, the Wildcats had issues with slow starts offensively. And even in that regular season finale with Music City. But since then, they have come out firing on all cylinders very early. And there's one of the key pieces right there. Kiara Vincent breaks all the tackles as she makes her way home. It's going to be number 5 on the ground for Kiara Vincent. Touchdown, Wildcats. You've got to be kidding me. Kiara Vincent, 46 yards.
Wow. I have no words. I'm sitting here watching the time tick down lower and lower. Like, do they have time to score before the half? That's a dumb question. Of course they had time. With Vincent running the ball, she finds the end zone once again. You said for the 5th time rushing.
That's the 6th overall touchdown tonight for Kiara Vincent, the workhorse. Very speedy for these Arkansas Wildcats. 50-0 as we await the 2-point conversion attempt. 14.6 seconds remain in the first half of action here from Hot Springs. I formation for Latoya Bankhead Sims, the quarterback under center. Here's the snap. Handoff, that's Williams. Williams dashes through the open field into the end zone. Multiple 2-point conversions for number 11 tonight. And with 14 seconds left, it's 52-0. We'll keep it right here. An impressive showcase tonight for Kiara Vincent. More than 200 yards rushing and 6 total touchdowns, 5 rushing, 1 through the air.
You know, it's an honor doing this game just in general, but getting to watch a player like Vincent, it doesn't get old.
And we're very happy from the broadcasting perspective to be able to show the world not only great action in the Women's Football Alliance, but she's got a highlight reel now that she's going to be able to take with her in making memories. And these are stories that Kiara Vincent's going to be telling her grandchildren one day about how she dominated in the nation's Women's Football Alliance. It's an incredible story for number 2, and we're very happy to be able to share, just watch greatness on the field each and every game.
She's got a highlight reel just this game alone. All these long runs and amazing display.
Austin will get the football back. They'll have 14.6 seconds left to make something out of the first half here from Hot Springs. We've seen great returns on special teams all night long. I really can't even think of one bad one with the many attempts that they've had so far this evening. The Wildcats will insert Kiara Vincent down in the near corner. She may be masked by the scoreboard on your screen. And here comes the kick from the Wildcats. A little squib kick here. It's an onside kick, and it's going to sail out of bounds. And we'll see what the Outlaws want to do with this one here. Coach Ernest Dukes III looking for the football here just to close up shop in the first half. So Austin, if they keep it where it went out, they'll have it around midfield yet again. 11.6 seconds remain. And it looks like they're going to back it out to the 45-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Outlaws. We have seen impressive attempts from Damaris Rodriguez, the quarterback for the Austin Outlaws. We've seen her chunk it downfield. Unfortunately, we've just seen a lot of missed connections. But maybe now is the time to put something together here with just a short window to work with. You know they're going to be going for the deep pass here, and we have seen crazier things happen.
Yeah, I would definitely look for her passing the ball down the field with only 11 seconds left. She's got to let that thing fly. So if I'm the Wildcats, I'm going to hang back a little bit, allow her to get that throw, and then go make the play on the ball.
And you see Alana Alexander, Tiara Clark, even Kiara Vincent playing really back deep. And I don't expect a lot of pressure from the Wildcats here. Let's see what Coach Ernest Dukes III draws up on this play. Rodriguez drops back to pass, has time, pockets closing, forced out, throws, caught Chancellor Hurd as she steps out of bounds. 2 seconds left. And I believe they may add more time back to the clock there, but a big reception there. Shadonna Chancellor-Hurd hasn't played much in this contest. I don't know if she's injured, but she stepped in and made a really big play there. And that allows Austin, regardless how much time's left on the clock, that's going to allow Austin one last play to try to chunk this into the end zone. It'll be a 33-yard attempt.
Give Rodriguez credit there. One of the hardest passes to make is throwing on the run, and she did a great job putting that ball right where it needed to be.
Here come the Outlaws. Final play of the first half on its way. From the 33-yard line, Damaris Rodriguez in the shotgun for Austin. She'll have a couple of women by her side. Number 34, Bridget Brown. Number 21, Monica Logan. Back is Rodriguez. Here we go. The snap. Time expires. Rodriguez looks for an opening. Still nobody open. Stays on her feet, and she is collapsed and forced out of bounds. That's the final play of the first half of action here from Hot Springs. And at the half, it's all Arkansas in this one. It's 52-0. We're back after this. We have plenty of things coming up in the Arkansas Logo Logic halftime show. Coming up first, we'll talk to defensive coordinator Chris Dyer on his stellar defense of these Arkansas Wildcats. This is Arkansas Wildcats football on XZero Sports.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at xzerosports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at xzerosports.com.
Back here at Hot Springs World Class High School alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. 52-0 your score at the half. The Arkansas Wildcats in the lead. Now we'll take a moment to talk to defensive coordinator Chris Dyer of the Arkansas Wildcats on that stellar Wildcats defense. Down here on the field with Wildcats defensive coordinator, Coach Chris Dyer. Coach, one of 8 teams remaining for the national championship. You're looking for your second straight. The Wildcats, a familiar foe tonight with the Austin Outlaws. Now tell me, this was a game that was decided by defense. Early on in the season, you were scoreless at halftime. The Wildcats finally found their mojo and were able to pull out a 22-0 victory. What will be different about tonight's action?
I wouldn't say there would be anything different. As long as we stick to our game plan and play our brand of football, we should be okay. That's what happened in the first game. We came out flat. We didn't play our brand of football, and as you stated, the score was 0-0 at halftime. And this is the only team that has held us scoreless at the half. So so we trying to get payback just for that and still come out with the victory.
Great performance last time here on the field for round 1 against the Zydeco. You had a backup quarterback in Alana Alexander, and the offense, not a slow start anywhere inside en route to that 50-0 halftime victory. The game plan going in, you're going against the Outlaws, a team that has already won in the playoffs, and at this point there's no slouches left in action and vying for the national championship. What is your strategy defensively in order to keep this Outlaw team off the board tonight?
Well, defensively, we aren't the number 1 defense in Division III for no reason. As long as we do what we've practiced and stay ahead of the game, and we're ready. We're confident, but we're not overconfident. So defensively, we just get out and do what we do best.
At 9-0, obviously things are going really well this season, but if you have to name a few names, who is performing at the highest level for you right now?
I would say our quarterback, once again, LaToya Bankhead-Sims. Just the dedication she has put into becoming our quarterback. That takes a lot, dealing with family life and everything else, but she still put in the time and the work to master her craft. Kiara Vincent has been tremendous for us this season. Erica Williams, she's been tremendous on the line. She was our center last year. She was willing to take on another position on the line and to just to be a rock. She's continued to be a rock for us on throughout the whole season, and she reminds us who we play for every single week.
Coach, big matchup tonight. Good luck tonight. Go Wildcats.
Thank you, sir.
That was Chris Dyer with the Arkansas Wildcats, 52-0 at halftime. We'll take a break, and we're back after this with our featured Wildcat players of tonight's game. This is Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at XZeroSports.com.
Down here on the field with one of our featured Wildcat players of tonight's game. We're here with Alana Alexander. She filled in at quarterback gratefully last week in the victory over the Acadiana Zydeco. And Alana, tell me a little bit about that matchup being thrust into that leadership role, and you guys came out with a 50-0 victory. What was that like for you?
To receive that call when you're en route to the game that you're going to play quarterback is a little mind-blowing. You have no preparation other than getting your mind together in the car. Just being thrown into that role is almost true what they say. You just have to be ready when your number is called. So I was just ready. Like you said, my team rallied behind me. They really motivated me and trusted me to do the job, so we got it done.
You used the word mind-blowing, and that may be a good word to describe this season. The reigning national champions, and you guys did not lose anything coming into this season, undefeated at this point. You are looked at as one of the favorites to repeat for the title. but we know the record. We see the point totals, the margins of victory. But what is it that really makes this team successful behind those numbers?
I think the fact that we had to play with 11 players, play true Ironman football last season, really helped to prevail us throughout the season to keep the train going. We know what it's like to play with 11, so the fact that we've added on and we're still rolling, we're playing for our fallen teammate Kelsey Good, so all that, and then just the fact that we want to get there, we want to repeat, is just really motivating us to get it done.
Round 2 of the playoffs. You're one of 8 teams left going for that title, and you got a familiar foe here in your neck of the woods. The Austin Outlaws are here, and what's it going to take to get a second win against this team this season?
It's true what they say. It is difficult to kind of beat a team twice in a season. However, if we come out focused and playing Wildcat football, I know that we can prevail and exceed and make it to the 3rd round. But we just have to come out, stay locked in, stay focused, and do what we have to do.
Alana, it's been a great year. Is there anybody you'd like to say hello to who may be watching tonight?
Yeah, so the fact that I come from Mississippi, I want to say hello to everybody from the Jackson, Mississippi area, all my family and friends that are watching.
That was Alana Alexander, your featured Wildcats player of the game. You saw her pictured there with the team mascot, Percy. Percy enjoys Wildcats games up in the booth with us here at Hot Springs World Class High School, and Percy loves that air conditioning, always sitting in front of that box fan. But a lovable mascot for this team, by the way. We don't see Percy enough, but travels with the team everywhere, takes photos with the team. Just an excellent little athlete and mascot to have along with the Arkansas Wildcats. Time now for our second featured Wildcat player of tonight's game, and it's none other than quarterback LaToya Bankhead Sims. Alana Alexander stepped in to fill Bankhead Sims' role in the previous matchup against the Acadiana Zydeco, did very well, but tonight Bankhead Sims in command of this team, doing a fantastic job, and she does even more off the field. Take a listen to our interview with LaToya Bankhead Sims. Down here on the field with one of our featured Wildcat players of tonight's game. We're here with quarterback LaToya Bankhead Sims. LaToya, congratulations on such a great run for the Wildcats, the national championship. With just 11 players, it was unlikely to go in and complete that story, but you did. And now here you are, round 2 of the playoffs. You're 9-0, looking as strong as ever. What is it that makes this team so great?
I guess you could just call it a sisterhood. That's what makes us great. We figure out a way whenever one person is lacking, we just come together and try to shield or encourage that person in that area where they're lacking. So it's just a sisterhood and God. Those are the 2 things that's keeping us held together.
As one of the leaders for this team, at 9-0, confidence is high, for sure. But what are you doing to help make sure that your women have a level head and keep focused on what you need to achieve to try to repeat that year?
I just try to speak confidence to everybody, just to keep everybody fresh, keep their minds light and fresh. Even though they're going to come out, you're going to make a mistake on the field. So there's no doubt about that, but just making sure that they have confidence within themselves to keep going. That's just my main goal. Look each lady in her eye and tell her, you're doing a good job, keep working hard, keep working hard. You got to celebrate the little successes so that when you get to that big show, you're ready and equipped to do what you're supposed to do.
8 teams remain in the hunt for the national championship. Austin is here at home for you tonight. What's it going to take to beat the Outlaws for the 2nd time this year?
We have to play good Wildcat football. It's just simple as that, good Wildcat football. We have to play within our character type, which is being consistent, being smart, and reading plays the way they need to be read. Not overdoing things, take it as it comes to us, and just have faith in each and every lady on that field that we're going to come through this thing with a W.
LaToya, with all the success of the team, you and your group obviously put in so much work into your craft. But in addition to that, you're balancing personal life on top of that, families, jobs. What is it that you do when you're not suiting up as quarterback of this Wildcats team?
Well, first and foremost, I am a wife and a mother. Those are 2 things that bring a great source of pride to me. Just to be able to be a good wife and a excellent mom. those are two things that really are my focus when I'm not out on this field. And after that, just being an employee of Arkansas's Department of Human Services, working there and going and doing home visits to make sure people are enjoying or liking their services. If they have any disputes, being an open resource for families to try to figure out ways to help them find and locate services. So that's what I do outside of the helmet.
Giving back to the community, a great story. Is there anyone you'd like to say hello to who may be watching tonight?
I want to give a big shout out to my husband Dan, my daughter Andrea, my mother-in-law Yvette, my dads Brian and Gary. A big shout out to Southwest Saints. Go Saints, and just my entire family for supporting me and holding me down throughout the seasons of football.
Congratulations on the honor. Good luck tonight. Go Wildcats.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was Arkansas Wildcats quarterback Latoya Bankhead Sims, your featured Wildcat player of tonight's game. And as we get set for the kickoff of the second half of action, we did the math, Travis, and 13 carries, 281 yards, and 5 rushing touchdowns. Also, one reception, 40 yards and a touchdown. That's Kiara Vincent. 6 combined touchdowns, more than 300 yards, 321 total yards in the first half of action. An impressive night for number 2. Here's the opening kickoff, and we're underway here in the second half. That is Stephanie Marshall being brought down all the way down at the 28-yard line. That's where Austin will open up shop here in the third quarter of tonight's action.
You know, we've seen them open up close to the 50 all night long, so to be back at the 29 is kind of a different scene here for the Outlaws.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. It's probably one of the least returns that we've seen so far for the Austin Outlaws this evening. They're back on the field, though, and they're going to give it their all here in the second half. They have an uphill battle to climb, so to speak, but this is a team that is not ready to lay down and quit by any means. This is a team that is backed by a long history of Outlaw women's players, and they have so much support. We can see it in the chat online through the broadcast. So much support all the way from Texas and beyond tonight, supporting their team no matter what the outcome ends up to be here. It's round 2 of the Women's Football Alliance Division III playoffs. Round 3 will be July 14th. That's a Saturday, and it will be played at Maumelle High School here in Arkansas if the Arkansas Wildcats manage to hold on and win this football game. Rodriguez running for her life here on first down and long. Shakes a defender. She's going to throw it away, and it is nearly caught. That was almost a first down, Travis. An impressive run by Rodriguez running for her life. 4 Wildcats chasing her and almost made the play.
Yeah, I mean, she did a great job there. It looked like she was going to be tackled multiple times, kept eluding the defenders, and was able to finally throw that ball away, avoiding the sack. Just about came away with the reception.
She stepped in. She's done a fantastic job for the Outlaws so far tonight. Of course, earlier in tonight's contest, number 35, the starting quarterback, Caitlin Perch, was taken off the field via ambulance. We have no injury updates to share with you at this time, but we do know that Perch came out very early in tonight's ball game, and Rodriguez really stepped in to fill a pivotal role there, and she's done very well considering the circumstances. A couple of key injuries for the Outlaws tonight. Ever since the injury to number 13, Samantha Reeder, I don't think we've seen her back in action since then either, so it's been a tough go for Austin tonight. On second down and 10, out of the shotgun, there's Rodriguez. Takes it herself, thinks about it, finds an open woman. That's Chancellor Hurd. It's dropped and incomplete. That brings up third down and 10 for the Outlaws. 13:03 to play here in the third quarter from Hot Springs World Class High School. As the lights are on and night has fallen here in Garland County, Arkansas. Football spotted at the 29-yard line of the Austin Outlaws, moving right to left. Rodriguez talks things over in the huddle for her team.
I'm guessing we're going to see another pass play here from Rodriguez. Just hopefully that offensive line will buy her a little time here, because we see she does have the arm to throw. So if she just gets a little time, she'll be able to make the completion.
Let's see where she goes on this one here. Third down and 10 from the 29-yard line. 2 in the backfield for quarterback number 11, Damaris Rodriguez. Here's the snap. Rodriguez has time. Pocket closing. Rolled out to the right-hand side. Throws downfield. It's caught. And that is Chancellor Hurd reeling it in. That brings up a very short 4th down. And we may see the Austin Outlaws try to go for it here. The official spot will be 4th and 3. Football out at the 36-yard line. When you're down 52-0, it may be time to start pulling out some stops and taking some chances.
Absolutely. I mean, why not?
Clock rolling here in the 3rd quarter, 11:35 and counting. Offensive substitution coming in for the Outlaws. Number 82, Karen Scott, into the game for Austin. Scott has been a very good blocker in tonight's contest. They usually put her close to Rodriguez just to take the brunt of a hit and buy the quarterback a little bit more time. She'll man the offensive line this time. They'll send Shadonna Chancellor Hurd out wide to the left-hand side here on 4th and long. 2 wide on the play. Here's the snap. Rodriguez takes it herself, trying to get rid of it. Pressure coming in the backfield. She's going to take it herself. She's going to pick up the 1st down. A 4th down conversion, a big one for the Austin Outlaws. We do have a player down on the field. An Austin player is down. We cannot see who it is at this time. We'll get that for you momentarily. They do pick up the 1st down, and that's one of the first conversions that we've seen tonight for the Austin Outlaws. And while the medical training staff tends to the fallen player, we'll take a break. We're back after this. It's Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at XZeroSports.com.
Back here at Hot Springs High School alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. Still no word on the injured player for the Austin Outlaws. Training staff still tending to the player who appears to be getting up, and that is number 31. That's Stephanie Marshall. Marshall is up off the field of her own accord, which is great news. She will continue being looked at by training staff on the sidelines, and I mean, you can start counting the injuries for the Outlaws on 2 hands that we've seen so far in tonight's action. And it's extremely unfortunate. You know, this team absolutely already in an underdog position coming into tonight's contest, and then having to battle not only the heat but the injuries. It has been a very tough go for this team tonight.
Absolutely, and definitely got to give them credit for hanging in this one and wanting to finish this game out till the end.
Rodriguez drops back, dumps it off on 1st down. Pass intended for number 2, Sasha Avila. Pass incomplete. That brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Austin Outlaws. Football out at the 42, moving right to left. 52-0, all Arkansas in this one. 10-10 to play in the 3rd quarter here from Hot Springs. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Still so many watching us live on YouTube and on XZeroSports.com. We appreciate all of the support for the WFA this season. On 2nd down and long, Rodriguez in the gun with 2 in the backfield. Here's the snap, low snap, bounce pass, and Rodriguez is going to dish it out downfield. It is nearly intercepted. Pass intended for number 27, Shadonna Chancellor-Hurd. But once again, those Wildcats in on it. I know Ursula John's got a hand on it, and still no picks despite all of the defensive coverage from the Wildcats here. I think that's probably the even more impressive stat at this point. But the Outlaws putting good pass opportunities out there, just not making the connections for one reason or another. We've seen a heartbreaker pass that went for what we thought would be a for sure touchdown for Austin. It's just been unfortunate tonight, as it's just not going Austin's way. That incompletion brings up 3rd and 10. Football at the 42. Austin back to the drawing board here. Damaris Rodriguez rushes her women out to the line at the 42. They'll send one wide to the right-hand side. That's Chancellor-Hurd. And 2 in the backfield for number 11, Damaris Rodriguez. From the shotgun, here's the snap. Rodriguez rolls to the left, and she'll take it herself. She's had a lot of success on that quarterback keeper, Travis. As she nears midfield, she has ran out of bounds right at the Arkansas sideline. A big tackle come in, and that is Kiara Vincent on the stop for Arkansas.
Rodriguez doing a great job there, realizing that, hey, I don't have anybody open downfield. I'm going to tuck this thing and run. And I just want to rewind a little bit back to that first down she picked up. Looks like she wasn't going to get it, but she just weaved in and out and was able to pick up that first down. And there we saw another nice run by Rodriguez. And
now we see another similar situation, Travis, a 4th down call. The Outlaws able to convert one already on this drive. And the one thing that they've done positively on this drive is they've kept the Arkansas offense off the field. They've done a great job milking the clock and getting rest for their defense, because they just have been eviscerated by number 2, Kiara Vincent. We've called out the stats multiple times. We've seen what kind of athlete she is. But the Outlaws defense, a unit that was touted coming in as, of a legitimate possibility to possibly knock off this Wildcats team, and they've just been overloaded by the running game so far. They even, the Wildcats able to spell Tiara Clark for the touchdown run as well. It's been very difficult to keep up with these Wildcats runners in this one, so buying that time for the defense has been huge, and the next time the Wildcats offense does hit the field, whenever it happens, we hope to see a very re-energized Outlaws D team. 7:59 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Timeout over. Down on the field will resume play. It's 4th down. Football at the 47-yard line. They need the Wildcat 48.
Wouldn't be surprised to see another quarterback keeper here by Rodriguez. She picked up that 4th down a little bit ago. Wouldn't be surprised to see her do it again here.
Yeah, and especially in a situation where you need 5 yards, it makes sense. We've seen a lot of that tonight, really putting the team on her back, as the cliche stands. But she's really come in and put out a phenomenal performance. The scoreboard won't show it, but an excellent relief appearance here by Rodriguez. Here's the snap on 4th down, fake punt. Now looking for a pass opportunity right up the middle, but I think it's going to be a little bit too little, too late. She started on the run a little bit too late. It's going to end up a turnover on downs. The Wildcats will take over inside Outlaw territory. They will be on the Austin 44.
Trying to catch them off guard there with the fake punt and run. But honestly, I would just go for it on 4th down rather than try to do that trickery. But I understand what Coach was trying to do there, try to throw them off, but the Wildcats all over that one.
They'll move the football back a yard to the 45. That's where Arkansas takes over, and we'll see what Latoya Bankhead-Sims and the ladies of the Wildcats have to offer here in the 3rd quarter. 7:17 to play here in the 3rd from Hot Springs. Once again, the halftime numbers for Kiara Vincent: 13 carries, 281 yards, 5 rushing scores. Also 1 reception for 40 yards and a touchdown. That is 321 total yards and 6 touchdowns. We'll see what the second half has in store for Vincent as she lines up in the I formation behind Latoya Bankhead-Sims, the quarterback. 1st and 10 from the 45. Bankhead-Sims takes the snap, handoff right up the middle. That's Raquel Williams. Nothing going for Williams there. She's back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Outlaws front there doing a good job, getting pressure right away and making the tackle.
We've got an injured Wildcats player down on the field here now. Coach Ernest Dukes III is taking a look at the Wildcats player. We did not get the jersey number. We'll take a break and try to get that for you. As we take a break here, it's Arkansas 52, Austin nothing. 6:24 remaining in the third quarter. This is Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at XZeroSports.com.
Back here in Hot Springs, the injured player for the Arkansas Wildcats, number 13, that's Sam Witt. We talked to her in the last broadcast as one of the rookie performers for this Wildcats team. It looks like it could just be a cramp related to the heat out there. We hope for a speedy recovery and return to play for number 13, Sam Witt. As we resume play here, the Arkansas Wildcats looking at 2nd down and 10. From the 45-yard line, Latoya Bankhead Sims lines up under center in the I formation, 2 wide on either side. And here's the snap. Handoff, Kiara Vincent right up the middle. There's Vincent with the running room. She has no signs of slowing down yet. Is that number 6, Travis Harrison? She walks into the end zone for the score, 45 yards.
I love how the defender had the angle on her, and she didn't care and just blew right past her. Unbelievable.
With Kiara Vincent on your side, it feels like you can take this score to anywhere you want it to there. That is her 6th rushing score, her 7th overall touchdown tonight, and the impressive night continues for Miss Kiara Vincent. She adds 45 yards to her total. She has more than 360 yards in all, both receiving and rushing. It just doesn't seem like she's done yet. It's 58-0. Here's the 2-point conversion attempt for the Arkansas Wildcats. They've been fairly good at this evening. They've had a few missteps at this stage of the ball game. Latoya Bankhead Sims under center on the attempt here. Number 9 takes the snap, handoff Raquel Williams. Williams dashes through. She's in. Once again, number 11 finds pay dirt, and the Arkansas Wildcats have eclipsed 60 points in tonight's contest. 4:50 left to play in the third quarter. We're back after this. It's Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report. Back here at Hot Springs World Class High School alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. Special thank you to Miss Megan Harrison on camera this evening. It is all Arkansas in this one. The Wildcats lead 60-0, and they are fueled in a big way by 6 rushing touchdowns from Kiara Vincent and 1 receiving touchdown for number 2 as well. And it's just pacing the Wildcats as they look ahead to the semifinals of the Division III playoffs. Still a lot of football to be played in this one, though, and Austin desperately trying to get on the board still. A great return here. Hey, guess what, Travis? They're back out towards around the 50-yard line. They'll be officially at the 48, but another positive return. And we've said it multiple times tonight. It's unfortunate because I feel like in any other situation, given the starting position that you have, I really feel like Austin, if they could start from this position against just about any other team, they would be on top in a big way here. It seems like they've ran into a brick wall. We've talked about the injuries, the heat, the cramps. It's just a perfect storm of chaos that has not went their way this evening.
Yeah, and it's almost like the Wildcats, not to take anything away from the Outlaws, but it's almost like they're content to let them get around the 50 because they know their defense is good enough to stop them, get a turnover on downs, force a turnover, whatever it may be, but they trust their defense.
Yeah, and it's, another reason that this Wildcats defensive unit allows only 6 points a game this season. Impressive. So many shutout wins for this team. The Wildcats looking for another one in tonight's contest. We'll see. It's 1st and 10 for Rodriguez and the Outlaws. Here's the snap. Rodriguez drops back to pass. Airs this one downfield, sends it airmail, and it's nearly picked off. Tiara Clark looking for that pick. Still cannot get it.
She's been so close. It's coming. I feel it.
She's trying so hard, and I could see, down in between possessions, I could see her joking around with Coach Chris Dyer about what's it going to take for you to get an interception out there. But, what we've seen out of Clark tonight is the same thing that we've seen all season. Great effort. Despite the score, she never lets her foot up off the gas, and that's going to be huge for this team going forward as they appear like they'll stand as one of the final 4 teams remaining in the hunt for that WFA D3 championship. It's 2nd down and 10 for the Austin Outlaws. Football at the 48-yard line. They'll send Chancellor Hurd wide to the left-hand side. 2 in the backfield for quarterback number 11, Damaris Rodriguez. Rodriguez in the gun takes the snap. Pressure's coming. Going to take it herself up the middle. Now looks to throw it away downfield. An open receiver. It's caught. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Barreling her way down to the 39-yard line. The reception is made by Karen Scott. And that is a spark that the Austin Outlaws have been looking for.
We've seen Scott on the return game. Go right ahead there, Mark.
Now, it looked like we had an injured player down, and we were concerned because that's Kiara Vincent. But she's up on her own accord, and we're glad to see that. But, yeah, just an excellent opportunity there. We knew that we've seen great attempts from Rodriguez, just haven't connected. That was exactly what she was looking for right there.
Yeah, and she bought herself so much time there just by going in and out of the pocket there and was finally able to hit a receiver downfield for the great play, 1st down, moving the chains.
That'll be the end of the 3rd quarter of action here from Arkansas. At the end of 3, it's the Wildcats 60, the Outlaws nothing. We're back after this. This is Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at xzerosports.com.
Back here in Hot Springs alongside Travis Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. Megan Harrison on camera this evening. The start of the 4th quarter here from Hot Springs, and it's 60-0 Arkansas, and the round 2 of the Women's Football Alliance Division III playoffs. Arkansas looks to be in the driver's seat heading on to the semifinals and will have home field advantage, like we've mentioned before, due to some issues with the facility here at Hot Springs. They have a scheduled maintenance on the track and field surface here. The game will not be played here at the land of the Trojan, and will move to Maumelle High School, home of the Maumelle Hornets. That'll be Saturday, July 14th. Stay tuned to facebook.com/XZero Sports and the Arkansas Wildcats football Facebook page for more details on game time for July 14th, as well as the opponent, as we look to try to find scores and see who potentially could be that semifinal opponent for the Arkansas Wildcats on July 14th. It's been a big football game, big confidence booster for this Wildcats team, and like we talked about during the break, Travis, Kiara Vincent has been the star of the show, possibly to nobody's surprise. Through 3 quarters, Vincent has 14 carries, 326 yards, 6 rushing scores. She also adds 1 reception for 40 yards and a touchdown. That's 366 total yards, 7 total touchdowns tonight. Second down for the Austin Outlaws. Football at the 36-yard line, moving left to right, as it's 2nd down and 7 for quarterback Damaris Rodriguez and the Outlaws. 1 wide, that's Chancellor Hurd, I believe, out on the right-hand side. Here's the snap. Dropping back is Rodriguez. Pocket closing. Rodriguez forced out. She will take it herself and has nowhere to go. Brought down in the backfield. There's Lisa Blaylock once again. Another big play for number 10 for the Wildcats, and really just nowhere to go for Rodriguez. I feel like it's great leadership to not get rid of the football there, because you really risk the interception at that point. And with the way that the D-backs have played for Arkansas, you have to feel like it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was smart of her that time just to, say, you know what, just tuck it and just not try to force something, because, yeah, it probably would have amounted in an interception, but good job tucking the ball, because it looked like Blaylock was going to come and strip that thing. So Blaylock doing a great job coming away with the sack, but Rodriguez doing a good job holding on to that football and keeping possession for the Outlaws.
13 minutes and counting here in the final act from Hot Springs World Class High School. Arkansas Wildcats football on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. We'd like to thank you for your continued support this evening, both online on the YouTube live stream and on XZerosports.com. On 3rd down and 9, here come the Outlaws. Rodriguez stands in the shotgun, has 2 wide to the left and 2 in the backfield. The low snap picked up by Rodriguez, and Blaylock falls down on the play that may give Rodriguez a second. It's not enough as the Wildcats come crashing in, and number 35, Latrice Walton, we haven't called her name yet tonight, but she comes in and makes a punishing play on the quarterback, who is slow to get up.
Yeah, great pressure there by the Wildcats, coming straight up the middle and just crashing into Rodriguez, coming in with a big sack. Big loss of yards.
Impressive stop by Walton. The ball is all the way out to midfield, and it'll be 4th down and 21. .11:56 and counting in action here in the 4th quarter. And we'll see what the Outlaws decide to do with it here on 4th and long. From midfield, it appears that they're going for it. We'll see what they draw up here. And they try to draw them off sides. No flags there. That's going to be a punt situation. They'll punt it away. Kiara Clark back to return, and she'll pick it up and go with it. Picking it up from the 27-yard line. Let's see what Clark can do with it. There's a big hit, giving Clark some running room. Stays on her feet. Finally brought down, and she's down around the 35-yard line. An impressive return. I don't think there's many athletes that would make that decision with a defender, 2 yards away from her. She's like, you know what? I'm going for it.
Yeah, definitely a risky play there, but Clark picking it up, scooping that ball up quick, and then making the move to the left side, and positive gain for the Wildcats, starting them off at the 35-yard line. So interested to see what they do here on this possession.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Arkansas. Football at the 36-yard line, moving right to left. The Wildcats in dominating fashion, leading 60-0. Clock rolling, 10:40 to play here in the 4th quarter of action. The Wildcats are going to move Lindsay Edwards and Tiara Clark wide to the left. Ursula Johns, the receiver, out to the right-hand side. It's an I formation for Latoya Bankhead Sims. And in that formation will be Kiara Vincent and Raquel Williams. The Outlaws defense looking to adjust here. And we're ready for football here. Bankhead Sims stands under center. She'll take the snap. Handoff. That's Vincent. Vincent met immediately. They finally figured out the formula, Travis, and that was one of the biggest stops of the night as Vincent had nowhere to go. I believe she does lose yardage on that. She loses 2, and that is the 2nd loss of the night for Kiara Vincent.
Yeah, they got right in there quick. They knew exactly what the Wildcats were going to do, giving it to Vincent. So great job by those defenders up front for the Outlaws and making that big stop.
2nd down and 12. Clock rolling here in the 4th, 9:30 and counting. The Wildcats content with rolling that clock as much as possible. With such a healthy lead, seems all but inevitable that this team is going to be traveling just north of Little Rock over to Maumelle for the semifinals. Having home field advantage certainly has helped for the Wildcats here in these first 2 rounds, commanding victories. They have yet to allow a score since the opening of these playoffs. Incomplete pass there. Pass intended. I believe that's for number 7, Ursula Johns. It was nearly picked off. Number 66, Rebecca Barlow, got in on that one. And I would be surprised if we see the first interception of tonight's game go to the Austin Outlaws. Way more opportunities going to the D-backs of Arkansas, but it's just been really hard to reel in that football in the passing game tonight for either team. Incomplete pass. Brings up 3rd down and 12. Clock continuously rolling here in this one.
I know most people would pass during this 3rd down and long, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Wildcats decide to hand the ball off to Vincent and see what she can do.
And just reading her body language, Travis, I really feel like that's about to happen right now. So we'll see what Latoya Bankhead Sim draws up. There it is. Handoff Kiara Vincent. And Vincent, there she goes. Is this woman ever get tired, Travis? Does she ever slow down? There she goes again. And she brings it all the way home for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Oh, my goodness. I've run out of words to say about her. She is just an incredible athlete.
Impressive play. That one, I believe, is 64 yards for the score, and she is nearing the 400 total yard mark tonight. That is 7, count them, 7 rushing scores for Kiara Vincent. A legendary performance here in round 2 of the Women's Football Alliance playoffs.
I don't care what level you're at, what gender you're at. This is a performance for the ages.
The Wildcats will go for 2. They're going to look to get it to 68. 7:05 and counting as the clock rolls in this one. And one thing that you can't see on screen is the fans here really getting into it. Raquel Williams on the carry. Can she do it again? She breaks a tackle. I don't know how she does it, Travis. That one, there's no chance she would have made it in there, but she sure did. Another 2-point conversion there, 68-0. And now it looks like we've got a little bit of jarring going on down in the end zone. We're going to take a break. We don't want to air that on our footage. We'll take a break. 68-0 Arkansas Wildcats. We're back after this. It's Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at XZeroSports.com.
Back in action here from Hot Springs World Class High School. Bit of a scrum in the end zone after that last touchdown there. A long one from Kiara Vincent, a 64-yarder. And the score, Raquel Williams with the 2-point conversion attempt. Understandably, at this point in the game, Travis, tempers are flying, frustrations are out there. And you can view that score as unnecessary. Certainly great for Kiara Vincent's stats, but, with the game absolutely out of hand, frustrations very out there for the Austin Outlaws, and looks like I believe we will see a return to play. Haven't received official words from the officiating crew. I'm not sure if they were going to call the game.
Oh, I think they are.
I think that's what they're talking about right now down on the field, whether or not we're going to call the game or if there could be ejections with tonight's game. And that could be very serious for the Arkansas Wildcats moving into the semifinals. So with all intentions, based on the body language on the field, it looks like we will resume play. Wow. 6:04 and counting with the running clock here in the fourth quarter. It's well out of hand for the Arkansas Wildcats, 68-0.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. The way they were walking out and kind of delaying there, it looked like maybe they were just going to call it. But hopefully emotions are back in check, and hopefully we can just finish this one out strong. Yeah,
absolutely. And we've talked about it so much tonight. It honestly, it has felt unfair for Austin in this contest because it's one thing to be matched up against an opponent that's statistically better than you. But whenever you have all the other factors come in, the injuries and, just really some bad luck out there, absolutely understand the frustration. But, despite the score, I think there's a lot of respect to be given to this Austin Outlaws team to continue to play this out. These women have worked so hard this year, and there's no quit in this team. They're going to play it out. It'll be the final game of their season. And for some of these athletes, it might be their final time to play in the WFA. So absolutely a great memory on the team. Certainly the season will come to an end in a way that this team did not want, but absolutely a big round one win over an in-state opponent, and then getting to play against the reigning national champion on the road is a lot to say. For this season, for this Outlaws team, they come into tonight's action 4-5, and they will absolutely reload next year and be right back to try to knock off these Wildcats, or at least seek revenge for the 2 losses from this season.
Yeah, another thing that's got to be frustrating is, the last time they played the Wildcats, it was a 0-0 tie at halftime. Outlaws played a great first half defensively, really shut them down. Of course, the Wildcats, caught a spark there second half, ended up winning that game 22-0. But, just coming into this game, Outlaws had to feel pretty good about their chances. If they just make a few more plays, on both sides of the ball, maybe they could, sneak this one out, play spoiler. But obviously this just wasn't the case tonight. And you know what? Look where the Outlaws are starting once again on the field here with this possession.
Yep, so the Outlaws will start from the Wildcat 49, 3:40 to play here in the football game. Damaris Rodriguez, what a night she's had from the quarterback position. She'll stand in the shotgun, 2 wide to the right, 2 in the backfield for the Outlaws. On first down, here's the snap. Rodriguez drops back, has time, throws downfield. It is in and out, incomplete. Kiara Vincent was there to kind of break it up a little bit. Pass intended for number 5, Cheyenne Spear.
That kind of sums up the night right there. A lot of dropped passes. Rodriguez, she's got a good arm. She's put a lot of balls right there where they need to be. Just haven't been able to be reeled in. And credit to the Wildcats, defenders, defensive backs. They're Vincent that time breaking that one up. It's been Clark a lot of times getting her hand in there, so give credit to the Wildcats defenders as well.
Brings up second down and 10 for the Austin Outlaws, still at the 49-yard line. Clock still rolling, 2:45 remaining. 2 wide, go out to the left-hand side for the Outlaws. Damaris Rodriguez in the shotgun. 2nd and 10. Low snap. Rodriguez has time. The Wildcats are standing back. There's a big pass downfield, and double coverage is picked off. There she goes. Going the other way are the Arkansas Wildcats, and she's going to keep on running. That's Ursula Johns bringing it all the way to the house. It's going to be a pick 6 for number 7, Ursula Johns, all the way home for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats. We talked about it all night, Travis. I know defensively the Wildcats were wanting something, anything. Ursula Johns comes up big, the pick 6 defensively, and the Wildcats now extend their lead even further after that one right there.
Yeah, they've had so many chances multiple times to come up with picks. Even the potential pick 6 in the first half, just missed out on that one. But Johns coming through with a huge play here, running that one all the way back. Great job there by Johns, making the pick and running it all the way for the touchdown.
When we resume play for the 2-point conversion attempt, there will be about 2 minutes left on the game clock with it running continuously at this point. It's 74-0, pending the extra point opportunity here. Wildcats will absolutely go for 2. I don't believe they've attempted a PAT all season. And we'll have a little bit of a conference there in the backfield to see Kiara Vincent, Raquel Williams, and Latoya Bankhead-Sims. A successful conversion puts the total up to 76. The Wildcats content with letting time roll off the clock as much as the officials will allow. And here comes the 2-point conversion attempt. Bankhead-Sims, handoff, up the middle, Raquel Williams. She's denied. She stopped at the 3. And that'll be the end of the drive there. A touchdown, pick 6 from Ursula Johns. It's 74-0. Arkansas will hold it right here with the clock rolling continuously. We have about 60 seconds left in tonight's action. What an impressive effort tonight, Travis. The Wildcats come out big. Certainly I don't think it's a surprise. Favored coming into this game, but the margin of victory, and even if you take away the points, the real key piece is the running game strong. Kiara Vincent doing what she does best. You've seen a few things here and there. The pick 6 from Johns was great. The touchdown run from Tiara Clark. I think even more impressively in Vincent's stat game was the receiving touchdown, showing that she can do it all on the field. This is going to be a threat to be reckoned with on July 14th as the Wildcats head to the semifinals.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you said it best. You know, the fact that she was able to run and do well in the receiving game, you know, just makes her that dual threat. And so definitely anxious to see what she does going forward, as well as the whole Wildcats team. But definitely an impressive victory here tonight.
The clock runs out here at Hot Springs World Class High School. Your final score tonight, the Arkansas Wildcats defeat the Austin Outlaws by a score of 74-0. We're back after this to wrap things up from Hot Springs. This is Arkansas Wildcats football on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansas Logo Logic puts your logo to work. It helps your business, small or large, look more professional and credible. And what better way to do that than to have your logo printed on polos, t-shirts, even yard signs, and vehicle decals. Whether it be business, parties, sports leagues, Arkansas Logo Logic will take care of you with a customized package that works for you. Call Jason or Rob at 501-767-2197.
Garland County, a place that nearly 100,000 people call home. It's home to the nation's first national park, a plethora of sports history, and even more waiting to be written. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the county's 7 public schools, 2 colleges, and numerous sports organizations, and highlight their biggest stories and brightest stars for the world to enjoy. This is the Garland County Sports Report.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at XZeroSports.com.
Your final score tonight from Hot Springs, Arkansas. The Arkansas Wildcats move on to the 3rd round, the semifinals of the Women's Football Alliance Division III playoffs. They win tonight over the Austin Outlaws 74-0. Another shutout win for the Arkansas Wildcats. They will face either the Colorado Freeze or the Rocky Mountain Thundercats on July 14th. That game, like we said before, that game will be held at Maumelle High School, just outside of Little Rock, home of the Hornets, the football home of the Maumelle Hornets. A very beautiful facility, Travis. I know you haven't seen it before. Beautiful turf, a college stadium atmosphere out there, a really great field, and we would love to have all of your support as we move on to the semifinals matchup. One of 4 teams remaining for that Women's Football Alliance Division III championship. Travis, what can you say about tonight? You know, obviously a lopsided win. Kiara Vincent, phenomenal down on the field. She had, 7 rushing touchdowns, a receiving touchdown. Somebody call Guinness, because I'm pretty sure she set a WFA record tonight.
Yeah, I mean, for real, for touchdowns, for yards, I mean, for the few carries that she did to be able to amount that many yards is just incredibly impressive. And like you said, to be able to get a receiving touchdown in there as well, just to show that she's, you know, got more than just the running game to her repertoire. Just an incredible player. Definitely player of the game here tonight for sure, for not only for the Wildcats, but just the game in general. She's definitely a special player, and I look forward to see what she does going forward in the playoffs.
Final unofficial numbers for running back Kiara Vincent of the Arkansas Wildcats. We have her down for 17 carries, 433 yards, 7 rushing touchdowns, 1 reception, 40 yards, 1 touchdown. All in all tonight, Kiara Vincent unofficially 473 yards, 8 total touchdowns. Travis, thank you so much, and thank you to your lovely wife, Megan, for filling in on camera for us tonight. Thank you so much for everything that you two do. Is there anything that anybody that you would like to say hello to on the broadcast this evening?
Well, usually I say hello to my beautiful wife, but she was up here in the booth with us tonight, but definitely thankful for her and all her help she did for us tonight. And but definitely want to also give a shout out to my 3 wonderful children, Ty, Noah, and Maddie, and who I'm sure are sound asleep at home, but I just want to let them know that Daddy loves them, and I'll see them soon.
I want to say a special hello to my lovely wife, the beautiful Mrs. Hannah Oliver, celebrating a Wildcats victory back home in Hot Springs tonight, and also my 3 wonderful children, Michael, Benjamin, and River Oliver, celebrating a Wildcats win. Daddy's coming home soon, guys. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Thank you to our Wildcats sponsors this evening, Arkansas Logo Logic of Hot Springs. Give Rob or Jason a call today to turn your business into a walking billboard with your clothing. 767-2197. From embroidery to screen printing, they do it all. Arkansas Logo Logic, 104A Trooper Drive in Hot Springs. Also a special thank you to Dr. Corey Brown of Merit Health in Brandon, Mississippi, Dr. Julian McMurray of Little Rock, K. Robinson Media Incorporated, Charles Ricks Photography, Highly Empowered Credit Restoration, Mr. William Lewis of Atlanta, Georgia, and Reggie Swinton of Little Rock, Arkansas. This has been a presentation of XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. Your home for Arkansas Wildcats football. Will be back on the air Saturday, July 14th from Maumelle High School in Maumelle, Arkansas, as the Arkansas Wildcats advance to the semifinals of the Division III playoffs in the Women's Football Alliance. They'll play against the Rocky Mountain Thundercats or the Colorado Freeze. For more information on opponent and game time, follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/XZero Sports, or look up Arkansas Wildcats football on Facebook. Follow our journey online, XZeroSports.com, the next generation of Arkansas sports. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/XZero Sports. Alongside Travis Harrison and Megan Harrison, I'm Mark Oliver. This one's for the Wildcats. Thanks for watching. Good night.